Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Wednesday here on the Exploding Dice channel. My name is Astrin, and I am your host and dungeon master, and I can hear myself coming from somewhere. I might be crazy. Welcome guys, how are you doing? And welcome back to another episode of the Dobbers, or I guess Daryl's little fantasy adventure that we are just enjoying the ride in. I guess we'll talk a little bit about what's going on today and what this all is, what this business is, and what we're doing here. But before we do that, why don't we say hello to our cast? How are you guys doing this week?
Hello.
Ooh, awesome.
Sweet. Well, we as I mentioned, we have well, this is the Dobbers, and I guess why don't I pass it over to our master of ceremonies, our storyteller, who's not four. I'm gonna change his name while I hand it over to Daryl.
All right. I am not four. I am Daryl, and I'm excited for another week of the Dobbers. It's been going great. You guys are amazing, by the way. So you make my job easy, and when you make it interesting, at least. And the Dobbers are the whimsical gnome-like creatures from the always green forest that have managed to find themselves in a bit of a pickle. And thanks to my fellow cast members, we're going to try to write that. And I created the Dobbers a number of years ago as a comic book, and now I've launched it into D&D, and I'm working on a board game that's going to launch on Kickstarter in just a couple of months, early next year. So that's why we're here, or at least that's why I'm here. Hopefully everybody else is here just to have some fun.
Awesome. And of course we have a fantastic crew here. Who we are going. Why don't we? Well, let's have everyone go through the list and have everyone introduce themselves. Tell us a little bit about who you are and who you are playing. And let's start. On this side of me with Jess.
Jess, I'm Board Game Girl on all social media, and I am playing Ivy, a Sylvan Dobber who lost her family to a bird attack, so she's deathly afraid of them. And she's found this crazy gang of misfits, I think, that have banded together to try to help save Dobberton. Hopefully we have some reinforcements on the way, because we're not doing so well right now.
No, they chose the wrong people for this job.
Yeah, I think so.
Next to her, of course, we have Mr. Judo Killer. How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing, buddy? I am Judo Killer here on Twitch and at the Chris Herzog on social media. Today I'll be playing Dolby Darkwood, a master of both the custodial arts and working his way to mastership in the martial arts as well too. I'm thinking he's getting closer. We'll see. Today will tell for sure. And yeah, we need some help. We need some help real bad. And that's it for me.
Fantastic. And last but not least, we have Mr. Throck all the way on the end.
Hey, Throck here. Throck plays poorly on Twitch. Throck plays on Twitter. I play Tened, are currently face down in the mud with 0 hit points, awaiting his first failed death save, Bard. Yeah, I'm mostly just thinking about my new character tonight.
Stop that. Stop that.
And of course, my name is Astrin, and I am playing Fern the Rat Druid, who is out of his spells. Well, he's out of all the good spells. He has first level spell slots, which ain't gonna help here. And he is also, I guess, the weird man of the bunch.
Not a man.
Close enough. Look, okay. Rats are people too. He is, of course, a rat folk, and so he stands out quite a bit. But he too, aside from his craziness, is just trying to help out. And that is rounding out our crew. Before we dive into our recap and what's going on and how much of a shitty situation we are in right now, just a couple of bits of information, a couple of quick tidbits. Let me hit the studio mode thing so I can turn this on so I can show you guys. If you guys have not been keeping up with all of the hype, if I go here, it should be here. Yes, it is. If you guys have not been keeping up with all of the hype, we have a lot of stuff that's been happening. I'm putting something on the screen right now. First and foremost, this month is, as I've been announcing on Twitter, is not just December. It is, on Exploding Dice, it is Dice-cember, which means we are going to be doing an entire month of charity streaming, D&D and all that good stuff. Dungeons Distractions, thank you for the host. We're going to be doing an entire month of charity streaming here all month, raising money for St. Jude's for Kids. That is kicking off on the 8th, which is this Friday. As you can see on screen, I have the information for the first game that is being played, and we're doing 4 major one-shots every Friday. That was the original plan, but thank you to some amazing community contributors. We're actually adding tons and tons of community games that anyone can sign up for, and anyone can join in and play and help raise money for St. Jude by playing D&D. The first game, of course, is starting on the 8th. I'm going to be in the Dungeon Master seat. It's Margaret Crone, Random Tuesday, Darcy L. Ross, and Dr. Meg Connell, all playing a hilarious one-shot of D&D to kick off our month. And, of course, not only are we raising money for St. Jude, but every $10 that is donated towards the charity, which, by the way, we've already raised like $200 and we haven't even started our our goal is $2,000 for the month. We're already 10% of the way there, and we haven't even started playing. But every $10 gets you entered to win a raffle ticket that could win you one of nearly 100 and growing prizes out of our awesome and amazing prize pool. I've tweeted some pictures out of what we have so far, and companies are sending more all the time. So there's a lot of stuff you guys can win, all just by donating to charity, and super, super looking forward to all of that. Outside of that, as if you guys have not already, remember, please hit that retweet link. Dice Thulu's got it for you right there. You can tell all your friends that you're hanging out with us and joining us for the D&D madness. And as always, you can help our players out and support the channel either by donation via the banner right below. You can give them nat 20s, inspirations, things to help them out of bad situations. You can also hit that subscribe button or check out our Patreon. Subscription tiers and patron tiers all get their own nat 20s and things that they can affect the game with. And of course, all of that helps us support the channel. So yeah, that's pretty much all my major announcements. Oh, one other major announcement, and this is my last little bit of information. You guys may see a name at the top of the screen above where Daryl is. I may have talked about this, I may not. Our channel is going forward officially sponsored by our awesome friends over at Elderwood Gaming. I don't have my my dice box in front of me that I can show off, but because they're all over my prize pool. But Elderwood is an awesome company that makes wooden dice boxes and other cool gaming accessories, and of course they are helping you watch this content by helping us create it. So thank you so much, Elderwood, and we'll tell you more information about how you can support us through them a bit later. That's it. That's my rambling. Daryl, take it away. Take us to the forest.
Oh, I don't want to go.
We've not had enough rambling, so now you're going to hand it over to me. Okay. Well, as we begin the night, we remember what happened last week, where you had an opportunity to question Majera. You were captured by the Sylvan Dobbers after questioning him. That was the week earlier. I went back too far. And they took you to their pod of trees where they had a hidden little encampment. You were held there. You went to a council meeting and you tried to persuade them to let you go on back to the wood sprite and try to save your home because she threatened to kill it and you had to take the dagger to her. They didn't believe that that's what you wanted to do. They wanted the dagger for themselves and you're not sure why. So after a bit of frustration, you were broken free by one of their own, a ranger dauber named Zyle, who then scurried you out of their encampment, and you stole some deerets, which are cute little horned ferret-looking creatures, and rode those back to where the bog was of the wood sprite. When you got there, for inexplicable reasons, the rat among you just set the tree on fire where you upset the wood sprite. She came out, and instead of having any chance to negotiate, you immediately went into battle. The battle wasn't going too well for you, but at the last second, a group of Sylvan Rangers, also riding deerets, came trampling into the bog. Is there anything you guys want to add?
I would like to say that myself and Dolby were particularly awesome.
I don't disagree with you at all.
I just want to throw that out there. Everyone except Throck or Tenid played spectacularly, but I think
Just call him out.
Watch Counterspell before I went down like a
that counter. No,
second.
okay, I forgot about the counterspell. No, the counterspell was pretty awesome.
I freed Dobby, so from the tree. I'm just saying.
You did. Yeah, that was awesome. That was my favorite part of being not killed.
The whole person was also
were-
really sweet.
You guys were all awesome. At least that's what I assume you think.
That was,
So-
that was bleedingly awesome.
However, from my perspective, you were all very, very frustrating. And
That's not a lie.
No, that's true. That is
That's
true.
awesome. It's awesome.
but you find yourselves at the moment surrounded. There are still 4 walking fungus that are at various stages of falling apart, yet they're still standing. There are 2 large leaf shambles that are in the bog, basically right next to Dolby. And then there is the huge rotting tree golem creature that is also with Dolby. Zyle's off shooting his bow and arrow from a distance, or is it a crossbow? I think it's a crossbow.
Crossbow.
And the wood sprite is up in the tree, somewhat camouflaged and hard to see, but you know where she's at. It's just building the atmosphere a little bit. And as I described, a number of deerets are stampeding towards you now. They have Sylvan Dobbers on their back. There are 6 of them with arrows drawn. It's very dramatic, very Legolas style. As they come trampling through, they rush right over the spot where you guys are, taking care not to run over Tenid or Dolby or Fern, and they just crush the mushroom men, sending their parts flying everywhere. As you would imagine, pieces of mushroom, that kind of white fleshy material, after enough bludgeoning damage, they just kind of crumble. They spin around, and you notice that there's a bird also in the air above you. And what do you guys do?
So
But I say we're slightly out of initiative just for a moment of
Okay.
roleplay.
okay, you guys do that. I'm gonna just put the music back on.
So, remind me, there's a globe of darkness over Tenon right now.
That's right. I had forgot about that as well. Yes, darkness was cast over 10, and I guess Fern was in that same location, or did he step out of it?
Yeah,
Not sure.
and was that your globe of darkness?
That was from.
I did not do that. No,
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Yeah.
me. Okay, all right.
I don't think I was in the darkness. I think the other 2 were in it.
I went over by Dolby, so I don't know. That.
Yeah, I know that you.
So it's
yeah.
just if you're not in it, Fern, it's just 10.
Yeah.
And the mushrooms, which you just pass through. So
Yeah.
as they pass through, the darkness will dissipate.
Okay.
The bird that's in the ear is large and brown and thick. Like it's a meaty bird.
Okay, so
Don't
just
necessarily recognize it.
just to get a complete picture, we're sort of in the middle of this fight. These guys come trampling through, like past us. Are they like wheeling around and then like coming back for another volley, or like what are they like?
Yeah. Yep. I just wanted to give you a second to react as they wheel around. All of the other creatures are turning to face them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, I just said oh.
What, 10?
Should I make a death saving throw?
Yeah, let's make one. Let's see it.
I'm just saying, if we're out of rounds at some point, one's got to happen, right?
Yes.
I have failed my first death saving throw.
All right, well, don't fail another one.
Rip.
Okay. So, while this is happening, the globe goes down, so they're aware that Tenon's down.
Yeah.
So they see Tenon down as well too. The daubers that are on the Dirits.
As you're assessing the situation, they're circling back around, and they appear to all be taking aim with large longbows at the giant tree golem thing. That seems to be their focus. They're not really looking at anybody else. They're aware of you though.
Fern would probably duck.
Okay. You notice that the bows that these guys have ropes tied to them too. At that moment, a bird lands. I'm going to show you that if I can find it on the screen.
How far is Dolby from Ivy at this point?
Why can't I do this? Huh. I can't. Can you see the micro griffin?
Yeah, I got that.
Can you show it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. It's not letting me. I'm right clicking on it. It's not giving me the show people thing.
Don't right click it. You just click it.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. So this large brown bird lands, and on its back is another Sylvan Dauber. It lands right next to you, Tenid. This Sylvan Dauber you recognize. He's got red hair, and he was what you thought was the leader of the patrol of Sylvan Rangers from earlier. With some vague recollection, you think maybe some of the others that just whizzed by you might have been part of that same patrol too. He hops down off of his griffin-like bird and starts stabilizing you, 10. The others now release their arrows and do the whole thing where they wrap the legs of the golem, attempting to take it down. Is anybody else going to be doing anything?
Let me get to my sheet here. I
know Tenon's getting attended to right now. I'm really low. I got 9. I got 9 hit points left.
Okay.
I don't think I can use that. And I did use that already, and I used that already. So what it looks like one of them is already tending to Tenid?
Yeah, the one with the red hair that you met before.
Okay.
Am I able to take an action once he's gone? Or am I somewhere down?
I think I'm gonna describe one more thing. I'm just giving little pauses in between so you guys can do stuff if you have anything to do.
No worries.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have no spells that would be remotely useful at this point. So Fern's just gonna kind of have to like back up a bit, or maybe if Tenid is being, maybe Fern could rush forward and prepare a healing word for Dolby.
Yeah, I am planning on, depending if this is enough that I can disengage just for a moment while they're getting attacked. I wanted to back up more towards Ivy to stay close to her just because the two of us are kind
Okay,
of like
then let's all kind of
Yeah.
close in on each other. Prefer
Okay.
maybe back towards where Tened's on the
more?
ground.
Yeah,
we'll kinda-
okay.
all kind of regroup.
Okay.
So you just like call for us. We'll back off.
Yeah, I guess we all just kind of shout and center on
Alright.
each other.
Okay, that sounds good. So at that time, you guys connect with each other verbally. You start moving towards each other. As you do that, Tenant, you're going to be able to join them on your feet. And the other 6 Sylvan Daubers, what you see is really an amazing amount of coordination. You've got one Dauber flies or rides around the golem, wrapping its rope around it, and as he comes around the other side, he jumps off of the Deeret and backstabs the leaf shamble creature. And there's just a series of movements and attacks like this that have them completely occupied. And the leaf shambles even like sink into the ground and are trying to escape. You can't really tell if they do or not because they just kind of disappear into a pile of dust. Or muck, rather. The giant tree golem falls, and with a big crash, leaves and mud splashing up, wet leaves and black goop flying everywhere.
Oh, again.
Everybody gets some, especially Dolby.
What's with me and the stinky stuff always? Splurge.
Yeah. And it's now wrapped in ropes and kind of writhing on the ground, struggling. You believe it's probably strong enough to break the ropes, but it just at a disadvantage. It doesn't have leverage. One of the larger looking Sylvan Daubers, clearly the muscle of the group, runs up to it or leaps off of its Deeret, lands on its chest with a knife, drives it into its chest, and digs this glowing stone out of its chest, and then it goes completely limp. You guys,
That's what I was just about to do.
We knew that.
Wow.
yeah, you can do. What's that?
No,
How
seriously,
many points do I have?
I had that plan.
That was totally what you guys were going to do. I can tell.
Yeah.
Remember, I tried to trip him.
You did. Yep.
I failed miserably, but I tried.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if they're this is
Like
just me spitballing, but if they're preoccupied with the shambles and the tree golem, is there a second that we could like grab Tenet and run?
Yeah.
I cast invisibility on myself. I'm out.
What is the wood sprite doing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can convince me that you were watching her and not the amazing display that these other guys were doing, you can roll for perception.
While they're doing that, 2 questions. 1, how many hit points do I have now that I'm up?
You start. Well, yeah. If you were just stabilized, you technically are just conscious at like one, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that's what stabilized did was
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Then
So-
question number 2
Yes.
is I have these Buckeyes that are cure wounds.
Mm-hmm.
1d8, 2d8, 3d8,
2d8.
5d8. So it's 2d8 plus 4. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. And so that scene that I described does take a few turns, a few rounds, if you will. So you guys do have some time to do some things while that's going on. However, you are not alone. The red bearded guy with the griffin is next to Tenet. He doesn't join the fray. He's overseeing the whole thing. Let's see. We've got a couple more things to describe.
I rolled an 18 on my perception check.
Okay.
I look at everyone and go, do we want to try and get out of here? Because I can maybe get us out of here.
After he sees your stable,
I think we should see this.
notice there's a large blob on the back of the griffin. So he reaches up and grabs it and tosses it down in front of you. And it's Majera. He's bound and he even has a muzzle with some runes like carved in it.
Dolby just starts chuckling.
Okay. So go ahead and deal with the perception checks first.
Right. Yeah. And so what you see, Dolby, is she's still up in the tree where she had been. You can see that she's not trying to attack anymore. You know, she's not casting spells. She's not doing anything. She's watching the action for just a moment, and then she turns into a tree limb, part of the tree that she was standing in.
Whiskers, did you see that?
What?
The wood sprite. She turned into a branch on the tree.
Which branch?
That one over there. The one right next to where she was standing.
He'll kind of like look confused and turn to the guy on the bird. He says, "Can you go get us that branch?
It's the wood sprite.
We have business with the branch."
Can I cast Hold Person on the branch?
You can.
It's worth a shot, right? Like, that way she can't run.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I didn't actually put in the description for it yet. I'm sorry. I'll grab it real quick.
While he's doing that,
Where's
Askin, I got a great idea for the show. Heart rate detector on Daryl. Just the beeps. Like so you can just tell when his blood pressure's going beep, 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 beep.
That's hilarious. So, right.
DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, the tree branch is still the tree branch. As far as you can tell, there's no change that you can perceive.
How would I know?
Right, he wouldn't know.
Is the
Zyle
branch
now joins
help,
just after the red-haired guy asks. Then Zyle kind of walks up, and they greet each other. And I'm here to help. It appears that you guys have run into a bit of trouble. You were lucky we got here when we did. However, somebody did a lot of damage to that big tree monster before.
Oh no, it was Fern.
I hit it once. I did hit it once. I did. Nick did.
I lit it on fire.
He did.
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
Huge. It was huge. It was a big fire.
Not
How you saw us.
Bonfire.
not going to lie, but significantly less hostile than we were anticipating. And he's kind of like pointing to the Sylvan Dauber.
Okay, so you're saying that he's being less hostile with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, after Zyle left, I went back to Adriel and I told him about my student Zyle and that he's got a good heart. He's a trustworthy ranger, and I can't believe that he would have made the decision he made without proper justification. So I convinced them to reconsider. And I am looking for my notes. Sorry.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If my word means anything, he seems like a good guy.
He is a good guy. I've trained him for the last 3 years. I trust him with my life. And I spoke with Adriel, and the Four Oak Council decided to reconsider. They prayed to the spirit of the Green Star, and it revealed some truth to them. And that the dagger was safe with you. Again, if you don't die and lose it. So
right, we're going to try that. We're really working on that one.
Right. They sent me to your aid with my patrol of rangers.
Well, we appreciate that, honestly.
Absolutely.
But
we thank you.
Oh, okay. We told them we didn't have it.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Well,
I don't think they believed us.
I think you're probably right, which is fine.
We died. We lied. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah. But we're still trustworthy, super trustworthy.
Yeah, really. We're good. We're the good guys.
yeah, no, we're totally trustworthy. Well, they're totally trustworthy, and I'm here to help. There's a branch over there that
Yeah, we should probably discuss the branch.
Yeah, it might be a tree sprite,
Yes.
and I might also be held and can't move right now. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Right.
TikTok, TikTok.
Also,
Yeah.
outside of this conversation,
Wait.
is the giant wood tree monster dead? Or is
It
it just
is.
restrained?
He got his heart ripped out or something.
Yeah. So the big Sylvan Dauber from before joins. There's so many things going on at once.
Right.
Thank you for reminding me of all of them. The big Sylvan Dauber joins
tell
the
us the
group.
rest.
They all kind of ride over, the ones that are still on Deer's back and the others that have jumped off and whatnot. So you're kind of just you're a big pod of people now. Daubers, that is. And the one is holding a slightly translucent gem that is almost as big as one of your heads. Definitely as big as one of your noses, which is pretty large.
Hey now, watch who you're talking to.
And that came out of the tree golem. So when that came out, the tree golem ceased to move.
Fair enough.
There was a moment, if anybody was watching closely, where there was a bit of light emanating from the gem, but once it was removed, it quickly dissipated. Also, in the midst of all the discussion, Ivy, what's your name? I forgot all of a sudden. Sorry, Jess.
Yes, Ivy.
Ivy. Sorry, I just was talking to a friend named Lily, and all of a sudden I got confused. Ivy, you noticed that the limb just doesn't seem to be where it was, but it's still there, right? And then somebody else will kind of notice that too in a moment. It's really hard to keep track of this limb.
Is the tree branch walking away?
It's moving.
Not when you're looking at it.
I don't think it's in the same place as before.
I'm not like really good with trees.
Let's just
and
walk
stuff.
straight towards it. Let's walk towards it. I'm walking towards it.
Can
I'm
we
walking-
go?
I'm walking towards it.
Can we go? Wait. Maybe we should pretend we're not looking,
Oh,
and then
yeah, just side eye. Side eye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good idea. I like
what if
that
we
one.
all come around, like one from every angle?
Oh, yes.
That's a really good idea. And you got any of them mushrooms that make you feel better? Because I got lots
The
of
magic
holes.
one.
I got
so-
some holes in them.
Hey, here, take this, and I slam a buckeye into your chest.
Oh, what? Oh,
Yes.
And
that's
The
where the
Hawkeye hits his chest, and it cracks like a nut would, right?
Okay.
It cracks, but when it does, it like poofs this glowing little dust out. Yeah, just like that, like very.
2d8 plus 4.
Yeah. So
Am I rolling that, or does he roll? You
Yep.
roll.
You roll that.
you roll it. Don't you want to roll?
2d8 plus 4?
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That's great. Yeah. So you got 6 health back.
I am so good at this game.
Alrighty. So as you guys
Thank you, buddy.
are walking away, the daubers around you are not really clear what's going on. They don't understand what you're doing, especially since Majera is there and bound, and they thought there would be a discussion.
We never really liked him. He's kind of
No.
crazy.
There's a tree sprite pretending to be a tree over there, and we're going to go get her.
Distracting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell them that. It's fine.
Wait. What if we use him to help?
Like
Is there,
throw him to the
like-
branch?
They're like,
They're close.
what's the
Oh,
symbol?
wow.
I don't know how to. I don't know what the symbol is.
I don't think we can put that on a family-friendly show.
Oh.
They have adult affection for each other.
Right.
Yes.
Or they did. You'll never find her. No, he can't talk. He's muzzled.
There's-
Never mind.
He's like, yes, good point.
All right. So, yeah.
So okay,
Somebody said they were going over that way. Are you
yeah.
still
Do we
doing
want to try and capture this branch?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Where is the branch? This is very important for my own edification. Was it like up in a tree?
Yeah, it was up in a
It's
tree. I can't remember how high I said that limb that she was in initially, but it's up fairly high, maybe 30 feet away, 50 feet up, something like that. That's where it was when you first noticed it. Now you're thinking it might be on the tree that's behind it, because there's one there that looks just like it, and the one that on that tree doesn't appear to be there anymore. But then there's another tree that's to the left that has a branch that looks just like that one, and they're on both branches now.
Okay.
And trying to figure that out.
Follow-up question.
Should we burn it all?
Entangling roots. Can I do that?
I'm going to entangle your branches.
Up in a tree?
That's why I'm asking. I mean, it's up to you. It's just because it's got a decent range, and it would lock an area down.
Okay. Does it require a surface to grow on?
It says roots grow out of the ground, but that's why I was asking if vines and tree branches and swamp stuff might be usable. But again, if not, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you can try. I mean, you as the caster, as your character would feel that it would be some challenge for it to get up into the tree area, the roots, and be effective.
Oh yeah, I was essentially asking if instead of roots from above, it could be tree stuff from below. It would be the tree stuff above it. But just because there's no ground there for the roots to grow straight up out of. But we don't have to do that. I have no other things. Sorry. that's the only ranged spell I have left.
Guys, this tree's giving me a headache.
Well, seeing your interest in this, one of the rangers runs over to the tree and is climbing it.
Why didn't we do that?
I don't know.
Okay, I mean, maybe that's what
I should have been up there.
But
he's a really good climber.
Yeah, he's a good climber.
It's like a spider monkey.
Yeah, so he gets up to the branch where she was, and puts his hand through the branch that you were tracking. It's an illusion.
There's another one over there that looks kind of just like it. Check it out.
Okay. So he jumps over to that one, grabs a hold of it, and it's a tree branch, and he's like, "It's attached to the tree. What do you want me to do with it?"
Break it off.
Break it.
Set it on fire. Break it off.
I really want that branch.
And he kind of gives him the nod shrug, and so he pulls out his big old hunting knife and starts sawing at it where it connects, grows up.
Does the branch scream at all?
Pulls it off. No.
Well, we've been had.
Yep.
That's fine. Look, we'll take the branch. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
He comes down with the branch.
All right. Fern will take it out of his hands, and then he will go over to Majira and kind of roll him over, so he's kind of looking at us and hold the branch. He says,
"This is where it loses its PG rating."
Yeah, this is not.
No, he's just gonna hold the branch up. He's gonna say, "Well, she had a good run."
Oh.
Yeah. Is the little heart rate monitor going up?
Yeah.
You can see his expression is concerned and confused. Do you want to question him about the dagger? Adriel seemed to think that since you encountered him before, you might be able to get some information out of him. He might be able to help with this tree branch creature.
I set him up real quick. Just boom, set him up.
Okay.
We're gonna have to take his mask off.
Yep. Darylon is his name, the red-haired guy. My name's Darylon, by the way.
Dolby.
And he reaches behind him
Halifax.
to unclasp the muzzle, and he nods to two of his other Sylvans, who then pull up bows and arrows and aim it at his head. And he notices that one of you guys has a bow and arrow too. And he says, "You're welcome to add to this. If he casts some spells, it's going to make our situation a lot more challenging." So he looks him in the eye and he says, "No spells." And he snaps it free. Madeira coughs. This is not humane treatment or Dobbertane treatment.
Dolby slaps him.
Dobby.
All right, so yeah, he gets slapped and he just falls. I mean, he's like a sack of potatoes. He falls and he struggles to get back up.
Try again.
He does have the mechanical brace back on his arm and his leg, his left arm and left leg. That Tenid thought was what he was using to actually walk and move, because he some sort of crippling debilitation. So he gets up. What was that for?
You don't talk unless we ask questions, and you answer those questions very carefully.
I'm agreeing to help because I don't want to die.
Where would she go to hide if she left here?
She can hide anywhere in the forest.
People have places they go.
Follow-up question. Can she get another giant tree monster?
Important question, actually. Yeah.
Not without the dagger.
Then where'd she get the first one?
Oh.
It's a long story.
Okay.
Are you ready? I don't want to. Don't want to launch into story unless you're.
No. He said he was like, oh, okay. Never mind then.
Just
Well, okay. Third question. No monster, no dagger. Do we really have to care about her at this particular moment? Is there anything she can do?
Well, she's still a powerful wizard.
Right, but destroying a whole town?
She won't give up.
What plans did she have for Dobberton?
I don't really know what she was planning to do. I know she's bent on revenge. She's hurt. She's mad. It's not the Kaylin I knew when we were younger.
Is she responsible for the rot?
I believe so.
How do we fix it?
I don't know how she's doing it. My guess is that she thought she could prepare the wood for the Shambleman to return, and if she made it rotten enough, it would be a more hospitable.
The Shambleman?
Yeah. Sub question. Who is that? And follow up to that. What? Well, two parts. One, what were you planning on doing with the giant wooden thing? And two, if you brought the dagger to her in the swamp, I suppose, what would the plan be when she got it?
I wasn't going to bring it back to her. I was keeping it from her. We weren't. She wanted everything to die. She wants the Shambleman to come back. She wants revenge.
Excuse me. Were you building a giant wooden monster underneath the thing to try and
Was he
hurt?
building it? I thought he was excavating it.
Well, you know what I mean.
I don't actually remember if he was building or excavating it.
They were working on it.
He was working on it. He was building it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all very frustrating. All these questions I'm trying to explain to you. We may look like we were similar, but we studied the similar arts. But I just wanted to show enough force that they would let magic back into Dobberton. She wants to destroy it.
Well, that makes more sense now.
Okay. Okay, so let's put the magic thing aside because we can come to that point later. Right now, we need to find her and we need to stop this rot.
Yeah. In either order, really, but maybe.
Well,
I think finding her. I think if we stop the rot, we'll find her.
it's probably like a subclause.
Yeah. Subsection C,
you still
question
have the
12.
Well, I mean,
No.
I wouldn't risk going after her with it. She's very crafty. If she doesn't have her army, I doubt she would fight you. She would just...
Was this her army?
It was the beginning, I'm afraid.
Great. Well, now we have a crazy wizard running around looking to build herself a new army.
who can be a tree if she wants.
Who can be a tree if she wants to, and is super mad at us.
Yeah.
Are we
That's
sure
good.
that's not her right there in your hand?
He'll like
Break it in
break a
half,
little bit of it.
He grimaces. I mean, he doesn't look like he believes it's her, but he's a little nervous about it.
It's just like break the like the thin part of the top of the branch off, like crack.
Do you have to do that?
Sorry, like Dobby's trying to be straight faced the entire time. By the way, this is all forced. By the way,
Okay.
Fern will just he'll just gonna like look at it like at the end where it was cut off, and he's like, I don't know. I don't hear it screaming.
What can you tell us about the dagger?
Probably not her.
Probably not. But you never know.
I don't feel like I know her at all anymore.
Tell us everything you know about the dagger.
The dagger. Can I look at it?
I look at Ivy.
I'm pretty sure we are asking the questions here. That's a question you don't get to ask.
I can tell you about it. I just thought it would be easier if I could see it. It's actually parts of two weapons. The blade and the hilt are from separate origins. The handle and the hilt are part from a sword, actually known as Blaze. And it's that where she gets the power to manipulate creatures. And I'll tell you more about that shortly. The ruby in the center has some of her blood in it. And it's with that she will be able to prove to the king that she is the heir to the throne. So I believe she affixed the jewel to the sword, or it was a sword, and she's had to modify it because that then attuned it to only be able to be used by her, but it wasn't completely effective. So it's this very dangerous weapon as it is, but if it were to be reunited with the rest of the weapon, it would be devastating.
What parts are missing?
The original blade, I don't know where it is. It was separated long before I got it.
Now, you say that she needs the jewel with her blood. I assume she doesn't have blood at this point because she's a tree.
Right.
In order to stake a claim to the throne, but does she intend to stake a claim to the throne as a tree? And does she intend to bring the Shamble Man back after taking the throne or before it?
Before, because she's gone completely mad. So she thinks she can bring the Shamble Man back and somehow convince him to lift her curse so that she can become a Dobber again. Get her revenge on the kingdom and then claim the kingdom after she destroys it. This is why she can't succeed, even though
right, well, she's not going
I have similar feelings. I don't feel that way. I can't. That's too far.
Well, I mean, you thought you were a rat.
Beep.
Just hiding. I was hiding. I was using them to.
Did they know you weren't a rat?
No.
Disguise.
Fascinating.
That's really really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll kind of like turn away and turn to the group and say, So, do we delve further into the swamp to find this woman? Or do we maybe go see if someone knows any information about this sword? I mean, I feel like as long as we have the thing, she can't really do part of what she wants.
Right.
So you think by holding on to Ember's heart that she's gonna keep her hands off of Dobberton?
Well, I think it'll at least keep her focused on us.
Yes.
That's better than nothing.
What do you think, Najera? Do you think she'll keep trying to come after us if we keep it?
Or she will come after anybody who has it.
Why didn't she come after you? Or she sent us after you. Did it? Okay.
Yeah,
All
explain that to me real quick.
Yeah.
What were you doing there with the dagger?
Well, he said he was trying to use it.
Yeah, I was keeping it from her. I thought that I could use it to animate my creature, but I can't.
Oh, okay.
And she can't leave the wood. I was able to do so by going underground.
When you say she can't leave the wood, we're in a giant forest.
Right.
You mean just the swamp or like the whole thing?
Like the whole thing.
Oh, well, that's not helpful.
Like any tree that is her curse. Any tree that is growing in the earth.
He'll just turn around with his staff and just jab the nearest tree.
He's one of these.
One of the silver daughters like,
look, if we do it,
not-
if she's following us and we
Yeah.
poke enough trees, we might get lucky.
That didn't. Okay.
Seems like a lot of work. A lot of trees to stab.
There's a lot of trees.
A lot of poking.
So it seems like we have three options.
When we were younger, what were you saying, Ken? Sorry.
I was saying it seems like we have three options.
Mhm.
Find and fix a rot, find the blade, or information about the blade, or find her.
I don't think we're going to be able to find her unless she
think
wants to be
probably.
found.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't.
What about telling somebody in Dobberton?
I
Like a
feel like
lion.
Dobberton would be the best place to search for information about the blade.
Yeah.
Should we kill two birds with one stone?
Well, here's the thing. We heard that things might not be all good in Dobberton. So maybe we have to kind of lay low there. Keep things on the DL.
I need to lay low there either way.
Good to know.
Yeah.
My vacation's getting
pokes his
pretty
head
close
into
to
the
being over.
conversation. Zial pokes his head. I want to get to Oak Den. I want to make sure that Talia's okay.
Yeah, well, that's on the way.
Okay.
Ish.
All right. Okay, I guess, I mean, it's been a while since we ate anything decent. We should probably go back to Oak Den anyway. It's not in imminent danger of being destroyed, right? We saved it.
Are you asking each other?
Yeah, I'm asking them.
The
I'm asking the
Sylvan
group. No, I'm asking. He's talking to the group. Fern,
Yeah,
Fern doesn't actually consider the Sylvan Daubers as like people to
Anything,
talk
yeah.
to. They're just there.
Her army's destroyed. We have her weapon, and she's kind of run off. I think in the short term, we're probably okay.
That seems logical to me.
But we should get to the bottom of this as soon as we can. I imagine we bought ourselves some time.
Majera nods. There's the four wizards that originally sealed up the Shambleman generations ago. One of them was my master, Sateris. The other three, I don't know where they are, but that's perhaps if you're going to try to find the blade. Try to find
How old
out.
are you?
I'm old.
So Cyteris, your former master or teacher,
Yeah,
might have information about the blade.
he's dead.
Oh,
I'm quite confident, but the other three, who I didn't know them, I knew of them. They may be alive still.
Where's a good place to start looking for one of them?
After Sateris started the war, they got exiled just the same as I did. They may be better, they may be understanding, I don't know.
So not Dobberton.
but there's a library in Dobberton, right?
Yeah.
Maybe someone there might know where the other wizards go. Do we know? I know it's not your purview, but do you know where they sealed up this Shambleman? Is there a cave somewhere or a statue?
I don't know.
Right. I think we should go to the library.
Have I heard of the Shambleman before?
Yeah, everyone's heard of the Shambleman. The Shambleman is the boogeyman. It's at this point it's a children's story, but there's some people, that would propel that it's a real thing, and now of course you're being told it is. And there's somebody having a screaming argument outside my window.
Are you gonna scream at them?
Oh no.
Get off my lawn!
Get off.
Get off my lawn, you sons of bitches!
I'm really sorry.
Mine.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't have flood out there or something. Okay. I'm sorry, that was a distraction. So
So we're just going over our options at this point.
Right.
So go after information on the blade.
Yeah.
Which would include one of the three wizards that are left. Then we have go to Dobberton so Zyle can meet with go to Oakden so Zyle can meet with his betrothed, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, his girlfriend. I mean,
Yeah, and let's
his
see if
long
we can-
distance relationship. You know how those work.
I'm just wondering if we shouldn't let somebody in Dobberton know what's going on.
Or do we know anyone in Dobberton? I
You could
certainly
help
don't.
us there.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think we're widely accepted there, right? Does anybody have an in there? Because
Not really.
Wait, don't we have a rat? Don't we know a rat who's a paladin? Who's
Yeah,
a-
Elias.
that guy.
Yeah, Elias.
That's what I was
We
talking
should
about.
probably go see him.
Yeah, because if anybody would have an in there, right, it would be him.
Yeah. Maybe he could help.
yeah.
I think he's facing a lot of the same persecutions as would Fern there. So they're not really considering him a member of the guard as well, but it wouldn't hurt to have another ally at least.
No. And I mean, she talked about this festival. I imagine the festivities are going to be in town. This festival was kind of like a deadline, right?
Yeah.
There was no indication in her statement that the festival was related. It was just the stars she referred to.
Okay.
So what do you think, guys?
We think Oakden, then Dobberton.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
All right.
Oakden. I mean, would we need to go anywhere beyond Oakden?
Oakden, Elias, Dobberton.
Yeah. Because Eliath is in Oakden. Well, at least last we knew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then who are we going to see? And what's the plan of going to Dobberton?
Research.
Library, probably talking to anyone, seeing if there's anyone in town who is a scholar or aged enough that they might know some information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm still holding Majera at this point.
Yeah, should we give him back to do the Sylvans want him?
The Silver Daubers. Yeah.
They can guard him.
They can keep him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take him. We'll imprison him.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks for the best. And then Dolby turns and like walks towards Throck and goes, "Oh man, it worked! It really, really worked.
You did it.
Yeah, I hit him way harder than I meant to hit him. That was not.
It was really well done.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Right, like he was like, "Rrr," and then he like talked, and it was
Oh
amazing.
my god!
Oh my god!
I think I'm gonna get sick.
Hit it! No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you guys need do you need to hang out there for a minute? You okay?
yeah, they were
Real
good.
time.
Oh my god! It was just like in soldier school, just like they said. You just one time.
Wow.
Oh.
Nicely done. I never would have thought of that. It was just authoritative. It
Oh.
was, and then he was here, and we were talking. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was completely caught me off guard.
It was amazing.
I almost cried.
I'm so proud of you.
A tear of martial joy. All righty. So, right. Darlon goes to each of you and nods and shakes your hand if you're willing. Puts his hand out to shake.
Sure.
So you have an ally in the Sylvan Daubers with us. He goes to Zyle. They embrace. They talk a little bit, and Zyle kind of he doesn't appear to be 100% happy with the results of the conversation, but unless one of you intentionally eavesdrops, that ends, and then they separate. But they still shake hands, or they embrace, like I said. The other Sylvan Daubers goes and collects the other deerets that you guys had borrowed, and they appear to be preparing to leave.
Thanks for the assist. Couldn't have done it without you.
Do you need those weasel things back, or can we?
That was part of the problem when Zyle left. He stole them.
Yeah.
A little sticky.
We're willing to overlook that given the circumstances, but these are very rare creatures, and it's not my place to decide whether you can wander off.
It was worth a shot.
Goodbye, little buddy. Bye, little buddy.
It was nice riding you. Bye.
All right. There you go.
Those things are kind of cool.
They are. Everyone agrees. In unison. It's like, yeah. Anyway. All right. Any last parting words before they go? They Darlon remuzzles Majera and throws him back up on his bird thing, and they get ready to go.
No,
And
I think we're
Okay.
we're pretty much set in where we're headed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So you guys got there just before dark, and then it got dark, and you guys have been battling in the dark, in the nighttime dark, that is. And Now it is probably, I'm going to say, in the midnight range. If you guys were to look up, you would notice the three stars align: the green, the blue, and the yellow. And it's really visually enchanting. You've seen it before, but in this time, after the harrowing battle, after the emotional things of being rescued and dealing with Majera and talking about all the possible carnage that could come, I mean, it's much more dramatic. But you don't notice anything mystical or anything like that. What do you do next?
Never gets old, does it?
No, it's pretty. Okay, to Oakton, I need a beer. Or a cider.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to try to get back to Oakton tonight because it's still in a couple hours.
Oh,
I mean, you can. I'm not saying not to.
I feel like we're already awake.
Yeah. Okay.
After all this, there's adrenaline.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay. Sounds good. So you guys start walking. All 5 of you, because Zyle's still with you. You guys are heading your way. As you go a little ways, I need some perception rolls.
Don't let me roll things. I'm gonna do it anyways.
You got this. It's gonna be
So
fun.
about after an hour of walking. Board game girl.
I'm not allowed to roll things.
No.
What are my players like?
Dolby.
Nice, Dolby.
Hey,
All right.
hey, Whiskers, you gonna drop a few of them little glowy things out there for us?
Oh
So
yeah.
you
light.
guys look at each other almost simultaneously, Ivy and Dolby, with a, do you smell that? And you smell smoke.
Smells like something's burning.
Oh no,
What is
that's
that?
not good.
It's from up ahead, up further in the direction you're traveling.
Maybe it's fine. It could be okay.
Is it like good smoke or is it bad smoke?
It's
Smell
good
like
smoke.
food,
You know-
like a
Like barbecue?
barbecue or
No, there's no, like
a bonfire kind of smell.
It doesn't smell like when a house or something like that catches on fire. There's the clothing and all the other stuff that burns. You don't smell that,
Okay,
but
Okay.
you don't smell.
that's what I was worried about.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Do we see
but
the
when-
light at least?
It smells like burning wood.
But there's no sign of like the light from it.
Well, I mean, you don't know unless they're saying something out loud.
yeah. Well, we were talking about the smell. Like, so what?
Okay.
Like, I would have continued looking in the direction I feel like the smell is coming from.
Okay. All right. If you move forward a little bit, the forest is thick here. This is the very, the regular common deciduous forest of the heart of the always green forest.
We should take care to move quietly.
Yeah. So it's thick, but after you move forward a little bit, you do see the remaining, like a small campfire, but it's late at night. So whoever was using it's probably mostly gone out. That's why there's not much light from it.
So the campfire is just left to smolder. There's nothing around it.
Well, if you get close enough to it, then we're going to do something else. I'm trying to find out if you're going to
Okay.
sneak up on it or you're walking into it like just dum.
So it looks like a smoldering. So I'm the one seeing this. Is what you're saying? Or are we all seeing?
Whoever's in front. I mean, I was thinking that Jess and you were in front because you were noticing it and talking about it and
Yeah.
looking.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we go any further, is it possible that we can retcon a short rest after that big battle before we left?
I mean,
A
if we had
short
like
rest?
5 minutes of standing around, that's pretty much close enough.
Yeah.
So I just want to know
short
if I could roll a couple hit die. That was all.
Yeah. Take a short rest. Do it.
And
That's fine.
I'm going to sing Song of Rest so everybody gets an extra 1d6.
Sweet. Oops, I
So-
did too. It's fine.
Add yourself an extra d6 to that.
Cool.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. All right.
So I got one left. That second one was an accident. I only wanted to roll the first one. I hit the
Step
button.
it back.
If you
Okay.
use a hit die, you can add a d6 to it, as I have used Song of Rest. So you can add a d6 to your first die there.
Yeah, I would. That plus the would bring me up full anyways.
Okay. Well, you got to roll it yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the
Yeah.
1d.
That-
Oh, 1d6.
that's for me. Yeah.
I thought you said it was 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I needed was 4.
There we go. Cool. All right.
Roll the stinking 1 on my stinking.
You're not bitter at all.
Yeah, dumb, stupid.
Cool. All right. So are we all caught up with that stuff now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
about
All right. So we'll kind of reset the scene. So you guys, using your perception, you smell faint smoke that's rolling along the ground. It's chilly. It's not rising up into the air as much. You sneak, or you cautiously approach and get a little bit closer, and you can see in the distance a small, not roaring, actively being fed fire of a camp area. You can also tell that it isn't a used camp area, but whatever's there is either asleep or you don't see them. You don't know what it is.
I'll turn back to the group and give them the I see. like
I
no,
see
no.
fire.
Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen
People.
All right.
people.
Maybe. Don't know.
So and then I'm gonna
Everybody being quiet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, very, very
You're now
quiet.
in stealth mode.
Yes.
All right.
You want stealth checks?
Yes, please.
Wheel of Morale.
Oh, yes.
Show me. Oh my God! I rolled above a 1.
So exciting.
Those are great stealth rolls.
And the stealthy one is the one making all the noise.
All right. And Zial disappears into the forest as well. So you guys do a great job. Jess steps on a twig at some point, but it really doesn't make much noise. Do you approach?
Yeah, I'd like to
Yeah.
get close enough that we can actually see into the camp to see if
Okay.
anybody's there.
Fern will just kind of scoot a little bit around off to one side, so he's kind of
Okay.
approaching it from slight an angle.
Okay, great. Great. So you come up to the camp and you find a number of, you get around this camp area. There's one small campfire, like I said. There is a rat sitting at the fire, nodded off. You assume that he's maybe supposed to be on watch or something. Then you also see 4 other rats that are in little nests that they've sort of cobbled together from leaves and twigs, sleeping around the area.
Does the rat who is kind of nodded off, does he look outfitted like a rat?
Yeah, they are the rats of the Rat Claw clan. You can tell by their clothing.
Oh, you don't like them, so we should
So we just start backing out real
back
slow.
away.
Like, yeah, I think we should back away.
I imagine Fern is like kind of gripping his staff a little bit. Like he does. Unfortunately, we kind of have to like. He'll kind of dip back into the woods, and if you guys want to talk for a second, he'll just say like,
Okay.
they're very close to Oakden. That's not a good thing.
They don't usually
And
come.
you know there's no reason for them to be in this location.
Yeah. Yes. No, they're very close. That's never a good sign.
Do they normally travel in groups this small?
It's probably a scouting or a scavenging party.
How many were there total?
5.
So what are you thinking, Whiskers? It's your call.
If we had more spells, we hadn't just been in a giant fight, I would say we accost them, but I think If they're now they're on the path that we're taking to Oakden, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the wisest move right now would be to make it to the town before they get there and warn them. If the guards know they're coming, we can be on alert once we get there.
Okay.
I'm still relatively fresh on spells.
I'm not.
It's risky. Okay, then caution. We did valor and bravery last time. I think caution is a good call this time.
Just real quick, by looking at their campsite, what does it look like they're outfitted with? Does it look like they're outfitted with weapons? Does it look like they're outfitted for hunting? Does it look like they're outfitted for scavenging?
Sure. Two of them are. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Two of them appear to be typical soldiers. One of them appears to be an atypical soldier. He's got a absolutely ginormous battle axe sitting next to him. He's way asleep though.
How next to him?
Like he's sleeping with it.
Damn.
Like everybody has their little nest that they've sort of built, and they're completely like self-contained within it.
What are the nests made out of?
Equipment. Huh?
What are the nests made out of, and how close are they together?
They're leaves and twigs. I mean, it's just the way they kind of make a little place to lay down before they.
How much distance is between them?
They are 5 to 10 feet apart, each one, in about a 30-foot circle with the fire in the middle, and the one that's in the middle with it is slight and more of a scout type.
Fern will kind of look at the party and say, "This may be the worst idea, but," and he'll kind of like just sort of like his hand, like he'll kind of put his hands up, and there's like a little glowing tingle all around them. He says, "If we have fire, I can make fire."
And the dagger can use that fire.
Well, I just want to light their nests on fire.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, that's all I can. I can't do much else other than that, right?
What good does it do us?
I don't know.
If their nests are on fire?
No, but I mean long term. Like if they're not gonna probably die from it, right? They'll wake up and they'll put it out, and then they'll be mad, and then they'll know we're here, or they'll know that they've been, made.
It might if we do it and then run, it might, I don't know.
I'm just asking. What happens after we light them on fire is my question.
One next to the fire
Oh, he's waking up.
realizes he was nodding off. He's not looking at you, but he's awake now.
Okay, no. We keep moving.
Let's go.
Okay, good call. I like it.
I want to give him one roll. Just so this is a chance for chat to give the DM a natural 20. Does anybody want to do
I don't
it?
think it's gonna happen. I don't think you should. I think that sounds like a horrible idea. No one should ever do
I think that would be great. Does anybody want to help? Anybody?
Nope.
Anybody?
Nope.
Give him a crit fail. Crit fail.
Don't do
There
it.
you go. There it is, right there. You probably can't tell. It's a 5. All right. So you guys work your way through the woods around this little camp. Any last things you want to say before you get to Oakden?
So just as a recap, did it look like they were outfitted for war, or did it look like they were outfitted for like were they heavily armed, or were they just sort of lightly armed?
No, there were people that it's hard to describe from my perspective what you would notice for what their purpose was, but if you had seen a group like this in this configuration before, you might think that there's some people that are trying to do something, and then there's some others that are their guards. Like they're sent to do something, but then there's some warriors sent with them to
Okay, so it looked like it it's not like they didn't look like they were outfitted as hunters or scavengers or scouts. They were outfitted as like an actual detachment.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Then that's just information for me.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're gonna avoid them wholesale and just make our way over to Oakden probably as fast, like hopefully reaching it by like the morning. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's
agree.
the best idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Get
So
to
yeah,
the Acorn Inn. When you get to the Acorn Inn.
Right. So you guys get to the edge of the south wall area of Dobberton. So again, there's not a real wall there, but there's just the path that goes between the South Watch and the West Watch. You get to that path and then find your way onto the path that leads back to Oakden. It's a not terribly far walk at that point, and it's the wee hours of the morning. So we're talking 3 o'clock in the morning, which in this world is probably described as a few hours before light. All right. So, you guys go straight back to the-
if you guys want to go to actual Oakden proper, we can, or we could hang out at my place.
I was just going to ask if we could do that.
We can hang out at my place.
Yeah, you're here, and that way we don't have to wake anybody up until we're fresh and ready. And yeah.
Fern will kind of lead the group because if we're outside of the walls in the woods, we're gonna probably get there. We can reach there easily before we hit the walls. Fern's place is out a little bit in the woods. It's kind of like on a hidden side path. When you actually get there, like it looks like a fairly overshadowed part of the forest where like the trees have kind of come together densely so that like the moonlight or the sunlight doesn't really shine through very much. And it's just like the trees are densely grown together and just lined like, you know, it's just like a wall of funguses, like mushrooms, molds, mosses just growing in sheets and stuff, you know, little mushrooms of all different colors, and those big like that look like shelves, those kind of mushrooms and stuff, and just in like a pathway that leads up to this giant hollowed out tree stump.
Yeah. And it should be noted that all of this, fungus and stuff that's growing has a very lively feel to it. It's not like the others.
Yeah, it's all real. It's really colorful. It's all kind of like big and fluffy, and just he's a fan of it. He likes the aesthetic. But yeah, he has a big hollowed out tree stump, which probably is enough to comfortably fit. Maybe I guess inside is maybe like a 10-foot by 10-foot area. That he's just kind of he's outfitted like a little healer shack.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's what you guys see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do when you get there?
Find a place. Where do we sleep? I'll sleep.
Well, I sleep over there, and you see like there's like a mat of like leaves with a giant mushroom for a pillow. And he'll instinctively like take off his mantle of like moss and dirt and twigs and stuff and just put it on there's like a wooden log that he just kind of hangs it on. And then he says, "There's plenty of floor space, and I can make a bed of leaves and flora if you'd like."
I have my bedroll, but thank you. I'm just gonna. Long day. I nearly died.
You need your rest. I'm familiar with this place, right? Because I've been here.
Yeah, you've been here a bunch of times.
I'm gonna go in my little corner.
There's probably like where the table is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
Dobby just lays down in the middle of the floor.
Fern will kind of druidcraft like a bunch of little like flowers and stuff under you.
Thanks, buddy.
They're soft and comfy.
Yeah.
So pretty.
So, just
helps with the smell too, I'm sure.
I want to avoid a perceived gotcha. So I want to I guess metagame just a second here. You mentioned getting to Oakden before the rat scouting party. The fist is what they're referred to
right
as. And now you're going to sleep?
I mean, I was just gonna stop here. I don't. It's up to them if
Oh,
they want to
okay.
sleep. Like we still need to do so like this is probably just a recoup place. Fern has food. Like he has things you guys can eat and rest. But
Okay.
while we're here, he'll say like so we will need to find and alert the watch about the problem.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Time to wake up.
No.
Man, you look so rested. We've been here for like almost a whole day now. We got to get going.
Wow, really? It feels like I've been here for not any time at all.
I mean, if you'd like, you can sleep. I don't mind.
No, it's fine. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
Go
So
talk
you
to the guard.
guys, you take a break, sit down for a minute, eat some food. Do good berries have any kind of shelf life, or are they dissipate in a
24
day?
hours.
Okay, so you probably don't have any good berries laying around. But it's still, you can still drink one of his amazing herbal mixes of mushrooms and fertilized
Mushroom
dirt.
smoothie.
Mushroom smoothie. And it's really energizing. So I'll give you guys any the exhaustion that might have happened tomorrow or whatever. We'll say that doesn't happen just because Fern is awesome. Okay?
Because mushrooms.
Yay. Thanks, Fern.
All right.
I was useful.
Good
You were
try.
useful. So you get back to Oakden, and Dolby said something about going straight to the Acorn Inn. Is that what happens?
You can. Fern would probably, though. Dolby, you probably have a line on the guards here, and we need to sort of find someone who's in charge that we can tell about this imminent threat.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'll go with Toby.
oh, there it is. Sorry, I was looking for my map of Oakden.
Mhm.
Because I have a hand-drawn one that I just refer to so I can describe where stuff is. Okay. Go on.
All right. I think what Dolby would do is go over the likeliest place the closest guard post would be.
Okay. Yeah, when you come in the south part of Oakden, there's a big tree. So like Oakden kind of has a cross of roads like this, and then in the center up here is the Acorn Inn, and it's sort of really the center of town. But then just basically the opposite side of that, there's a couple shops right along the road, but then behind them is this big tree where the guard barracks are. So that's probably where you would go. So you're going to get there. It's a little bit after the few hours before light. Now it's an hour and a half before light. What do you do?
Walk up to the guard. So we're at the guardhouse now at this point?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you all together, or was there some?
Yeah, I assume we're probably gonna be all
Okay.
together.
I was just confused for a second. Okay, so you walk
all
up.
right,
There is a guard standing at the door, and he hold there.
Dolby Darkwood, formerly of Eastwatch.
Dolby, I don't know you.
Yeah.
What's business here?
Well, do need to talk with you. We did come across a small possible scout party of rats on the road just out of Dobberton. About how far, Daryl?
A couple hours.
Yeah.
Couple hours to the south. Was it east?
Southeast,
Southwest. To the southeast.
Okay.
Or southwest. I'm sorry.
South. Doesn't matter. It's I mean, as far as the game goes, it doesn't change anything.
Okay.
They will most likely be waking early in the morning and making their way here. There's nowhere else for them to make their way to. I guess unless they're headed to the South Watch, but I don't know why they would be there. Is there anyone? I think they may be here with a. They have weapons, but I don't think they're here to attack right away. Maybe either way, I would suggest you be on guard or keep a look or set a couple watches.
Because we're going to take a nap.
First thing in the morning. Oh, by
And
the way, I'm not with the rats that are in the woods.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Fern. I live out there.
He's a good rat.
Hey!
and who are you?
Me? I'm Halifax.
The most unorthodox group of daubers I think I've seen. Are you with Goliath?
this is not a lie.
You, Fern.
Sorry, say that
And-
again?
Are you with Goliath? And you're a Sylvan Dobber? And so he's kind of like just jumping from person to person saying things. And you supposedly are one of us, a guard?
He says, Fern will kind of lean in and he says, "Wait a minute, I know you. Is your name Mortimer?"
No.
Oh.
Oh,
No, it's not.
I'm
do
just
have
a normal.
good guess.
Well, no, there was a man named Mortimer, and he worked at the wall, and his mother was very, very ill, and I made her a nice tincture that cured her hay fever. It was just a few weeks ago.
I see. Well, I'm Neville, and I do know Mortimer.
Ah.
And I remember him talking about his mother being sick. So perhaps you're not here to try to...
Why would we be
Get
lying
into-
to you?
I live here.
We don't lie. We're so trustworthy.
Oh, I've never heard of a rat able to recruit daubers to help, but it was still very
Recruit?
suspicious. You have to understand, that's my job.
No,
It's
I
not lying
totally
to
get it.
that he might
That's
be our
why-
leader. And I
That's
just
why
wanna
we
know that
came
that's
to you
not.
directly.
He's not in charge.
Yeah.
That's why
No.
we came to you directly.
He's just here to help.
Yeah.
All right, let me get all this. But if I wake him up and this isn't really happening, he's going to be really mad. And
Wait, who's he waking up? Hold on.
I don't know
Aldous.
what.
He said Aldous.
Oh,
Well, that's
Lord,
the guy who
no.
doesn't like you, isn't
That's
it?
the guy
I
who. That's the
know.
guy who kicked
Oh,
Dolby
he-
out.
He totally knows stop Dolby.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot.
oh, you know Aldous? He
Yeah.
looks at you with just a hint of empathy, and he disappears.
Empathy.
Well, guys, it was great
He's
knowing
sorry that we
y'all.
know him.
Yeah.
It was great knowing y'all.
You should get behind us. Just back up.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm done running from this guy.
Pull out your broomstick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mop the floor with
You
this
mop
guy.
the floor.
Show him you're ready to
Show
work.
him.
Yep.
All right. So he's gone for a second. Another guard comes out and he says, "Why don't you guys come in?" And there's kind of a room at the beginning of the right after that first door that's a waiting area of sorts. You know, usually it's where the guards would be playing cards or passing the time when they're not on duty. And this other guy says, "You know, hey, have a seat. We'll see what we can do about this." Moments later, Aldous comes down with Neville, who you spoke with first. Of course, he looks unhappy. "Dolby, you are supposed to be gone for 2 weeks, and it's been, 4 days, and you're already getting in trouble again. And now you're with a band of completely worthless looking misfits. And this one carrying a fiddle? What a worth.
He said that was so much spite.
Wow. Wow. Hey. Hi. I'm gonna cast Friends. I'm Halifax Halfhand. Nice to meet you. We need your help. Cast Friends.
All right, does he roll?
Does Friends have a verbal and somatic component?
Let me make sure.
I was gonna try to solve this another way, but okay.
He was
We'll
mean
let
to
you
me.
go with
How
that.
would you magic his brains?
Man,
This is the one that has So I imagine, because this is the one where I had to apply a small amount of makeup to my face. But what I just do is like I have my hands in my pockets or whatever, and there's just like a little like circle of whatever mascara, whatever, and I just
Yeah.
like rub my face when I do it, and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you, right? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't make sense if I'm like, look at me, I'm here magicking you to be my friend.
So,
and then
so
they-
there's
No,
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 there's
I'm
no
sure
verbal
you can do
component
it.
here, but there is a
There's not.
somatic component. So you have,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just be
Okay,
like,
that's
hey.
So yeah, he's well, I mean, I've heard some pretty bad violin players in my time. Maybe you're better. So
I'm amazing.
what can I help you with?
So there's a number of rats about
There's
2
another-
miles outside of town.
Not
at
me.
Good.
not him. He's a good rat. I
Not
promise.
Max.
He's a super
Bad
good
Right,
rat.
right. I'm sure he is. You
Yeah.
all look very friendly.
Excellent.
Oh,
I
now
know.
we're boys. Now we're
I
boys.
know. Yeah. And they are probably on their way here.
Right. They're always on their way here, it seems. There's been raiding parties every night, it seems like. And I don't know what their goal is. They just kind of come in and they set a fire, or they turn over a cart full of grain. It's been really frustrating.
Well, maybe now you can stop them before they get here because they're just that way.
Okay. All right. So, are you going to help, Dolby? Can you take us there? Can you show us the way?
Yeah, I can show you. No problem at all.
Okay.
If
Oh, no, go ahead.
If he gets reinstated as a guard, he can help you.
Are you asking him to say that he's been reinstated because he's now your friend? Okay, that's probably a good idea. We'll deal with that in the morning, though.
Okay.
Hey, Dobby. You should tell him about the big wood monster.
That you ripped the heart out of.
And the other giant wood robot monster. and the rock moles.
We're sounding crazy now.
Yeah, there's just, a lot of stuff has gone on the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Really? Well, there's been some developments here, too.
We would definitely like to hear about them.
Okay. Well, should we try to intercept them? I mean, it's almost dawn. I would imagine they usually show up, depending on their purpose. They try to get here right before everyone's getting awake, and it's now. So,
well, if you have all your guards up like now, when they come here, you can just be ready and shoot at them.
Right. Okay. We'll lead. So he sounds the alarm, so to speak. It's a sort of an internal alarm for the building itself. It's not a citywide thing. And some troops show up, a dozen or so, and they're ready for duty. So lead us to where you think the best area to intercept will be. Where are they coming from?
Where do they usually come from? We know where they were, but we don't know where they're going.
Well, it's a decent sized town, and depends on their goal. If we don't know what they're trying to get, I don't know. I mean, we can put everybody on patrol and have them circling the town.
We could do that, or we could just take the direct route right to where they were coming if they were coming straight to here from the spot where they were camping.
We'll try to intercept them. That's what I thought we were going to do.
Yeah.
That's probably the best.
But
Okay.
if they knew we were going to intercept them, they might not be there.
I felt like we were pretty stealthy back there.
I don't think they knew we were there. They were just going to
I
keep
am-
going the way they were going.
No idea.
Well, yeah. I mean, in Dolby, you would know that the guard is not typically stealthy. However,
Right.
aren't gonna go sneaking out in the woods. So, okay. Well, it's your game, guys.
I am a fan of waiting and preparing here, but if you want to trek into the woods, we can trek into the woods. I have no spells left.
All right. Well, let's head to the south side of town. I will break these 12 up into 3 smaller groups and try to stake out some locations where it seems likely that they might try to come in. Unless you have more wisdom for us, Dobby.
I think that's about all I got to offer, sir.
Okay. So you guys start moving back to the south side of Oakden. Well, you are on the south-ish side, but you go south more into the woods and break into 3 groups. What do you guys do?
Probably not much, because I have no spells. I can cast that, I guess. No, that's a cantrip.
Is Zyle? Is that his name? Is Zyle still with us?
Oh, yeah. So, rip me. Okay, so they Zyle went with you back into town, but he did not join you when you went to the barracks. He went on to find Talia. So, yeah, he's not with you currently. All right. Okay. So you guys go wander around in the woods a little bit. Do you three or four stay together and make a fourth group, or do you want to join one of the other groups?
I think we should join one of the other groups. Maybe the group with Aldous in it would make the most sense, since...
So you can impress him?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I want him to see me in battle if necessary.
Sure. All right. So you end up with three groups of 5, 5. Yeah, 5, 5, and 5. That makes about sense, right? So it's just him and you guys, and then two other groups is what I'm trying to say. And so you guys go to the south and are wandering around kind of in a marching pattern where the three groups are kind of going back and forth. This goes on for an hour or so. The sun comes up. You guys don't see anything or notice anything out of the ordinary.
Can we at least, are we too far? Is the campsite too far out for us to get to it?
You did not go to it. That was
right.
not
I just
what you guys described. But
yeah,
you
I
could
just wanted to make sure the campfire is too far out from the town for us to feasibly go there.
Right. If you go and check, there's always the possibility that they're past you or whatever. But
right.
you can do that. I mean, it's about an hour away.
Should we move towards the camp?
We should check. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
And he'll say he'll just make sure the other two groups stay near the town walls.
Yeah. Yep. So he does that. He signals to them that they're now in charge of this location, and you guys head on back to the camp. You get there, and the fire is smoldering, and no one is there.
There's evidence of their nests, though, right? So we're obviously not crazy when we show him this place.
Right. Yes. This is clearly accurate.
Aldous, this is the spot.
Fern would like to.
You a tracker?
I have survival. There's no tracking specifically. I have survival and nature and a decent perception. So I would like to use my nature skills to maybe find out which way they left this camp and headed. Maybe also my rat nose.
Okay, yeah, let's roll it.
Which do you want?
I'm sorry. Nature. Sounds good.
Nature. It's a 20.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Yeah. You are able to identify a path where they left. They don't disrupt the area too much, but they don't look like they're also going out of their way to not, they don't care. They don't want to get caught, but they're not trying to protect the world.
Once you find the path, it's easier to kind of follow it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. All right, so you guys all follow it. It leads more east than Oakden, and you get to a point where there's a hollow in the earth that kind of dips down, and you guys smell a little bit of smoke. It smells like another wood fire. This one has a mixture of food and herbs and things like that in it. Again, not the bad smell. But it's still a good ways off. We're a couple hundred yards down, and you can see this small trail coming up from the base of a tree where there's some sort of a building built into it.
It's
hard to see from where you're at.
Yeah. Can Fern kind of signal everyone to sort of spread around this build, kind of approach this building from all different all sides?
Sure. Can I get some stealth rolls if that's what you're into?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not into it.
Stealth.
Oh.
Yes. I'm gonna fail this. Watch this.
No.
Oh, I didn't.
No.
Nice.
Oh, 10 trips over a chair.
There's this strange roof. It's like a chair.
If there's a chair anywhere near 10, I'm sure fun.
I can't help it. It's who I am. I live loud and proud.
Who keeps
That is
putting
okay.
chairs here?
I love chair.
20,
Goddamn
19,
chairs.
6.
I
Okay.
love
You
chair.
guys are brilliantly stealthy, moving around the building, or moving around this hollow in the hills here. And are you just surrounding it? Is somebody going to approach it a little bit? What's your?
Do you want Fern to go up first, and everyone can kind of be around him? Or do you want us all to just sort of?
Do you want to approach and we'll kind of come in?
I'm going to give.
Slowly and crouching.
Can you guys tell me your order? Like if you were to, if this is you guys and the center is the thing you're surrounding, who is which finger?
Okay, I think Fern will be the center. Like he'll be the one. Like if there's a doorway coming right up to it.
Okay, so let's say that's my pointer finger.
Sure.
Okay. I'll be next to him. I'll be your middle finger.
Okay.
I'll be next to Dolby because that way I can hide behind him.
Okay, and then here's Jess and here's Aldous, but you're spread out more. Okay, so Jess, give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let Dolby roll one too, just because he's next to a 10. You're getting.
Dolby.
I'm doing it. I'm doing a thing. 16.
I'm doing.
Okay. Just in the nick of time. I mean, just barely. You notice that there is a rat behind 10 that just slipped out from behind a tree, and he's got a dagger and he's getting ready to.
All right. So I just turn and kind of push 10 out of the way.
Okay.
I'm good at moving things.
All right. Yeah. So
I
that.
just raise my shield and push him out of the way.
Okay. So the dagger clanks into your shield, and he says, "We've been followed." And he shouts that out, and we get to roll initiative.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
I can rely on that.
I guess I should put some rats on the
Oh,
screen.
Yeah, me and Ivy with the
Yep.
nat 20.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man! Hold on.
Wow. So well, Dolby sort of got to a free action in this. anyway.
Yeah. I'm not disappointed. Dolby got to do Dolby things.
Yep.
Ugh.
Right.
Was there do we have a token for Aldous? We do. I'll put him on the screen. There we go.
So Zyle is not with us?
He is not.
Nope.
But Aldous is, and there he is.
And
Oh, he looks like a jerk.
All right. I gotta roll some initiative, don't I?
Yep.
Here we go. 9.
Okay.
9.
All right. So there's a one of the slender rats behind where 10 was standing, and now in front of Dolby. You hear movement from down below in this little nondescript shack that's built into the base of the tree, and everybody gets to go except for Dolby and and Fern. So what are you guys going to do? 10 and Ivy?
Ivy, I defer to you.
I was going to say that.
Too late. Ha ha.
Let's converse. What should we do?
All
Talk
right,
about it.
I just try and stab him with my rapier.
Yeah, that's it. We're just going to go right in. Okay.
Well, he tried to stab me.
So go for it. All right. What do you got? Nothing.
All right. So you
Nothing.
swing. Yeah, you swing, and he parries it with his dagger,
All right.
and he doesn't actually use the parry thing, but that's
Yeah,
just
there you go.
contributing to his.
Right
Where is
behind
he?
you.
There you go. Okay. Short sword. I said dagger. Sorry. All right. Now, Ivy, what do you do? Oh, you attacked.
Yes, with my Sylvan Dagger, right behind.
Okay, so as he
Not letting time go by.
pushes the rapier out of the way, he leaves himself wide open, and you see that Sylvan Dagger into his gut.
Yeah.
We do have a picture of a rat, too, we can put on the
Yeah, I
screen.
did already.
Not a rat.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep, it's already up there.
Sweet. Yep, there it is. Okay. So you did damage. I've got too many screens going.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't see damage. Oh, there it is.
Sorry.
All right, yeah.
You got
Obviously,
sneak attack is right next to 10, right?
pretty good.
Oh, I can do sneak attack plus
Put your sneak attack
2
damage on there, too.
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Get him, girl.
2,
You got this.
This
You
rat
got
good.
You got this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah, he doubles over in pain and actually drops his short sword and hisses wildly, ratly at you. And then he takes his turn. He's going to bite you, Ivy.
What? I can that's mean.
17.
17?
Yep, to hit.
Okay, yeah, I only 15, so he hit me.
So his little
What's his damage?
rat teeth sink into your arm and do 2 damage.
2. Okay.
All right. Next, I believe, is Fern, correct? No,
Fern
Dolby's.
Fern is at a 9.
Right, so Dolby's next.
Okay, so the guy that Ivy hit is doing real bad at this point?
Yeah. I mean, he's not dead,
Okay.
but you can tell he's whatever the 5e term is for past bloody and almost.
Okay. All right. I'm
Extra
gonna take a swing at him. That's the one that also took a swing at Tenon already, correct? That I kind of distracted.
Yes, that's the same one.
Okay, that's the guy I'm hitting.
He bit me. You could
Oh, he
get
bit
him.
you. Oh, okay.
Yes, he
All
bit
right.
me.
19.
Yeah, well, he was hurt. He dropped his short sword.
Get him!
I'm
His
getting
just
him.
lashed out with his teeth. Very
Oh, you bit Ivy. Oh, for real?
Yeah. All right, roll your damage. Describe it.
7.
So he's bent over. He's got a little bit of blood on his teeth, but his neck is wide open, and you just come down on it and just about decapitate him.
Oh god!
Oh, that's gross. Oh. I am getting pretty good at this.
Did the blood spurt
Way
again?
better than I assumed. Oh god. It's rat blood. Sorry,
All
Fern. Sorry, Fern. I know it's what he.
All right.
Right.
Arm.
At that time, you notice some rats coming out of the shack.
Oh, there's.
Yep.
There's more coming. down
Yep,
the
they're
side.
coming. And then, do you?
That's
Do
it. I'm just
anything?
gonna. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna turn and face. I'm gonna move towards them.
Okay.
Move towards them like 10 feet away from the group, moving forward in front of the group.
Okay. All right. They come out, and Fern can take an action if he wants.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
We're outside of the shack. Shack is in front of us. Where's the fire?
Where's the fire? It's coming from the shack. There is a small chimney that kind of wraps
So
around
there's
the tree.
If I'm looking in the door, can I see the fire? Like in a fireplace?
No, that it's just smoke. I mean, I don't picture it that way. The door is, I mean, it's open because they're coming out through it, but it's just you can't really see. It would be like you'd have to see down and then up, and you know what I mean? Like it's not you're not at an angle where you can see through that.
So no, I can't see any fire.
No.
Fuck. Okay, that's gonna change what I'm gonna do. Entangle on the floor in the room.
Okay.
In,
All right.
in the room, like basically right in front, right at the door where they're coming out of.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right. So you first see 2 of these larger rats that you saw from before
Yeah.
coming out, and they are going to roll against your tangling. Was it strength?
Strength save DC. Yeah.
All right. So, a 17 beats it, right? A 8 does not.
Nope.
So one of them is entangled. The other one pushes through, and it's Aldis's turn.
Before,
Okay.
as he's coming out, also bonus action shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Sounds good. All right. All right, so you've got that. So Aldis is going to kind of crouch down to the side and pull out his hand crossbow thing and cock it. And he's still assessing the situation. He's not going to just fire blindly. That's at least the way he sees it, because he's smarter than everybody else, even though he's had friends cast on him. So now you see that there are a total of 4 other rats. One of them's entangled, one of them's past the tangle, and then the 2 others are inside.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is holding a old dauber who looks like, well, you'll see him. He's in here somewhere, I think.
Should be, is it Herbert?
It is Herb.
There we go. Putting him on screen.
There you go. All right, and it's Throck's turn.
Yeah. I'm interested in Herbert. I would like to cast Crown of Madness on the one holding the old dauber.
Okay. What does that do, and what does he roll against?
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
If he doesn't, he is charmed by me, and I am able to tell him who to attack and essentially what to do round to round.
Aha.
He rolled a 15.
So the magic does not take, and I've used my last level 2 spell slot.
That's rough. Now, would he have seen you casting the spell? Would anybody have noticed that if they were looking
Oh
for
yeah,
it?
it's got all 3. It's verbal, somatic.
Yeah, very few spells don't have major, like, all, verbal components.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He growls in your general direction. Ivy.
Okay.
So you guys have now, I feel like, have circled into this hut area, and the whole scene is clear. This is an old house. It's a lot like Fern's, except it's a house. It's not a hollowed out log. It's built into this tree. It is not in good shape. The guy it just appears to be like no one's tried to take care of it except someone's living in it. And Herb, you see on the screen, is an old dauber with a big, long beard, wearing gray clothes and has gray eyes. The rat that's holding him is just ginormous. Fern would recognize this type of rat as a barbarian. They usually are guards sent on important missions. And then the others are either warriors or scouts.
How many are we seeing right now?
Exactly.
Well, you killed the one, and there's the one that's in front of the vines, one in the vines, and 2 behind the vines.
Okay.
The big one and another warrior are behind the vines.
And
They're essentially trapped unless they try to move through it, which they could, but
okay,
it's not their
They're
turn.
trapped.
because the entangling vines.
Yeah, they're
are-
pretty. They
Right.
they can try and run through it, but it's gonna be tough to get out of that building.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have no need to go in that building.
right.
They're
Not at
trapped.
the moment.
Right.
Whose turn is it?
I
Ivy's.
think
Yeah.
it's 10 and I are up. But I think 10 actually was before me.
Yeah, I went and failed horribly.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to go in there. Do we just move on?
Well, there's the one rat that is out that got past the vines, and he's
Oh.
charging.
And also, there's the dauber. We
Okay.
want to make sure we want to get him safe.
Okay.
The big rat is holding the old man down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to go and attack him.
Can you shoot him?
No, I don't need to, right? He's right there.
Yeah, the one that's in
Oh, the
front,
one
you can-
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come around the side and stab him because the Sylvan Dagger works really, really well.
All right. So he's got a AC slightly
What is
higher
it?
than that. So
Damn it.
he's just able to avoid your attack narrowly.
Okay.
He turns towards you and swings his axe and just goes right over your head. You're just shorter than he's used to fighting. One
Small.
of the, yeah, one of the other rats that's inside the building throws 2 axes at who's going to be right up there? Anybody else?
I'm
other
in the
than
front. Remember, I ran in front of
Yeah, Toby.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and
Deeply
Fern's
not
right
in
in front of the door too.
Not
Okay.
anywhere near the front.
So two throwing axes are going towards Dolby. We've got a. Where's my? There it is. Ooh, we've got a 20
20 does hit.
and another 20. So that is 2 axes taking you in the chest.
Whoa!
These axes are fierce looking. They've got a thick wooden handle with a stone blade that's been chipped down and sharpened that's affixed to the wood. That's a total of 9 damage.
I got axes in my chest.
No.
Axes got axes.
I got axes in my
the
chest.
big one holding the man takes his big battle axe, which you don't think any of you could hold with one hand, but he does, up and puts it under the beard of the old man. Not another move. And it's Dopey's turn.
One more time? What did he say?
Not another move.
And he's what's he little? Is he threatening the guy's life? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's making it clear that if you want Herb to live, you're not going to attack.
How far is he from me?
Well, at this point, everybody's, I'd say, within 10 or 15 feet, just depending on place.
No,
What?
preferably not.
Okay, you can be back further, unless you say otherwise. Because
All right.
you approached, so it was up to you to choose how much you approached.
Okay. Should I do this, guys? Okay, I'm gonna run in, and I am going to attack the barbarian.
No.
Can he get past your vines? How's that work?
You said I'm 10 feet away, right?
A creature in the area must succeed a strength save. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into difficult terrain.
I think it's the strength save is only if you're
Yeah,
in the area when the spell's
if you
cast,
are in the area when the spell's cast, you get restrained. Otherwise, it's just gonna cut your movement speed in half.
which I'm only 10 feet away from him anyways, correct?
Okay, yeah. So you can worm your way through and attack.
Okay.
So he was holding his action.
Okay, just real quick. Am I in melee range with him now, even though he's holding his action?
Within range.
Basically,
Yeah.
I'm asking, can I throw a protection up on Herbert if he goes to throw an attack at Herbert?
He's saying, does he end up in melee range before this guy actually takes his ready to action?
No. I mean, that's just not the way I would interpret it. You've got to work your way through the vines, and he's if you come toward him, that was the cue, the trigger. So he just drives the axe into Herb's throat, and just blood starts pouring out. And now you get to take your action.
All right. Then I guess I am gonna go. I'm gonna take my attack, and then I am going to use a tripping attack if it hits. So 11. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
All right, then I'm gonna action surge
Okay.
and do the same thing.
Okay.
Oh, are you kidding?
Aw.
Oh, what? Oh no!
He tosses Herb limply to the floor, and you go up and you do your thing, and you do it again, and he's just like, "You can't attack me."
No, I just can't roll.
Yes. Now it's Fern's turn.
Healing word on Herb.
Okay. What's he get back? You want to roll it?
1d4 plus 3 hit points.
I'll just roll it. I got it here. Okay. Great.
At least he dropped him.
You see him
He dropped him.
start to move around. He's not doing well, but he
should be safe. I just want to make sure he's safe from dying on the floor.
Yeah. He's trying to crawl away.
Yeah, so he's just gonna kind of like reach out with his staff, and you see kind of like I guess just kind of like a flurry of pollen and spores and stuff and leaves as he throws them out of his hand. That's gonna heal Fern. And the next thing he's gonna do is, how many people are in the house at this point?
Dolby, Barbarian, other guy, and Herb.
Okay, he's gonna walk up through the vines behind Dolby.
Okay, works for me. So now it's Aldous' turn. So now he just starts firing away. He clicks off 2 shots at the one that's outside, and he falls just down. Then Aldous uses his movement and joins those of you who are at the door. Now we're back to Throck.
I'm going to start by inspiring Dolby because he clearly needs it. Dolby, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Dolby. Dolby, you're so fine. Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Good.
I'm super tired tonight, so I'm a little punchy too. I will cast. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at that big guy.
Okay.
To try and get him to run away from me, and I don't have anything creative to say at the moment, so I'm just gonna cast it. He needs to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
All right. Well, as is customary with this particular spell, he fails horribly.
Yes! Can I take an attack of opportunity as he flees?
Do that.
Yep.
Yeah, hang on.
So
he will take.
Tries to go. He goes back to the back of the part of the shack, and he's trying to find a way into a what appears might be a little alcove or another room, but it's got a big board leaning across it, and he just is floundering. He can't really go anywhere.
Yeah, he takes 14 points of damage as well.
14. All right, so he grabs at his head, and he ends up actually falling towards the wall. This big hulking rat creature is just really upset now.
Suck it. He's just obsessed.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, and you get your opportunity attack.
Okay. 19 this time.
All right. So as you swing with your long sword, you hit a weak spot in his thick metal armor, because they are rats, they aren't wooden, and definitely do damage.
All right. And can I make that a trip attack on top of, or is he already falling down?
He's already down.
Okay. Then I won't do anything else on that.
Okay. All right, so you slice into him. He growls and hisses with rat anger. And now it's the rat's turn. So he flips over on his back and wildly swings at you, Dolby, with his great axe. I am going to give him disadvantage because he's down and got a headache. The first roll is a 21. And I've rolled a 15 3 times in a row. So both of them are 21. It hits. And his great axe is really big. It's as big as you are. 12 damage. It hits you square in the ribs and sends you flying backwards. If you can make a strength save to not get knocked prone if you're not unconscious. Your mic's off or something.
Sorry.
That's
So I'm doing a strength, you said?
Yes, sir.
Strength save, and I also like the parry on that as well. 17 strength save, and for the... Oh, no, you know what? I already used my reaction, so I can't do that. So it's just... How much damage was it?
12.
Oh, I'm fine, yeah.
Okay. And I just realized that because you took the opportunity attack, I got messed up in the initiative order, and it's Ivy's turn, not the rats. So I'm not going to finish the rats. We're going to go back to Ivy.
Okay,
But you don't fall, but you do get hit, and will just happen after Ivy does something.
I'm sorry, Daryl. You said 12 damage, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
All right. So Ivy, you are...
What's the big rat at now? He's down.
Yeah, so he's at the back of the room. You,
Okay.
I believe, were still out in front, right?
I am.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dash in and then...
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
try to
worm
hit.
your way through the vines as well?
Exactly. So that's going to slow me down. How far do I get? Am I close enough to...
Yeah, you can get to anybody in there. There's Herb, there's the big guy, and the other
Okay.
other rat that's going to take his turn.
I hope for luck on this. So I'm going to try to rush next to Dolby and get the rat that's down, the big rat.
The big rat. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that does it.
Good.
5.
Sneak
All
attack.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you-
sneak attack. Because I did run in, so
yeah.
get in there.
We'll give it.
There we go. Much better.
Awesome. There you go.
Out.
He is not out, but he is definitely bloody. He's a big man.
Darn.
You slice into him with your rapier, a good cut across his shoulder neck area. Now we'll go back to the other rat that's still up, who is going to swing at... Yeah, he's going to run over and grab Herb again. We must complete the mission, and he grabs Herb, and he's trying to pull him through the vines, but it's really hard because he's carrying a guy, and there's vines and stuff like that. He gets out just to the edge on the other side of the vines where Aldous is standing. And now it's back to Dolby. Yeah, because yours was an okay.
All right, so he is down prone on the ground at this point, correct?
Yeah, he's kind of he just leaned up enough to be able to swing, but he's still down. You know, he's on his haunches or whatever.
Okay. So I would get advantage on my attack?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful, because I probably need it. 21, I don't need it.
Ew.
All right.
All right.
Roll your damage. Okay,
10
describe how you
damage.
kill him.
Oh, yes. So Dolby runs in. He's bleeding from everywhere. His big wound in his chest. He just sees Ivy take a stab at this guy, and he turns, spins his sword down, and just drives it into him.
Yep, you
The
pierce
Bruce Lee,
right
and I
through
do the
back
Bruce Lee
armor.
twist on top of him, like
Definitely.
Yep. You see the blood squish out underneath his.
Of course,
his
I get sprayed.
plate of
Yeah,
armor.
they're
It doesn't, because the armor blocks it. It just.
Yes, I'm
pushes
getting the
out.
hang of this.
Nice.
I like the idea that it's always coming from just off camera. It's like just a
Yeah.
very fake spray of blood.
Oh, way overdone. Like it's always like 10 times over.
Yeah.
And so for my bonus action, I will. Sorry, go ahead.
Twitch is on the floor a moment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say for my bonus action, I'm gonna action surge because I am hurting really bad from that last shot. Or I'm sorry, not action surge. Second.
You're gonna.
Second.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Second wind. That's so good.
And that's it for my turn.
Great. Good deal. So that brings us to Fern. So now Fern, where are you at? You're just outside because you reached in and
I was
did
I was at the door, basically.
So now
who's,
you
who's
are
still up? Is there any rats still up?
Yeah, there's one rat who's holding Herb who just came out the door. He pushes his way through the vines, so he's face to face with you and with Aldous now on the outside.
So he's holding Herb.
Yeah, he's trying to get through, but he I mean, last ditch effort.
I got you. Fern is going to use his shillelagh and just smack the guy like right in the forehead.
Okay. All right. Advantage because he's, impaired by holding someone.
Okay. So this is a +2. It's a 24.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, you hit him square, damage him.
1d8 + 3. No, that's a 5.
Man,
1d8
shillelagh.
+ 3.
Surprising.
10 damage.
And
Boom! Right in the forehead.
all right. So he's dazed. Like it's like bonk. He's like really.
Can Fern
rock.
like as he's can the guy if the guy stumbles back, can Fern just like grab Herbert by the collar and pull him forward? Like,
yeah. So
out of the dude's hand.
You whack him. You grab Herb. You pull him free, and
then just step back so all this is in the doorway.
Yeah, and then just then Aldous basically spins his hand crossbow around, and with the butt of it just clocks him upside the head, and he's out like that, just drops like a sack of potatoes. And end initiative.
Oh, that was invigorating.
What's that?
I said,
Yeah, my
What
chest.
just happened? What just happened? How did? It was like 12 seconds and they were down. That was amazing.
I'm gonna give
Okay.
Dolby a healing word.
Sounds good. Yep, give him the health.
Dolby, you can take 1d4 + 3 health.
On my roll now.
Yes, good job.
Yeah, go for it.
1d4
All right.
plus what? One more time. Plus
3.
4. Plus 3. Yes, 4. Awesome. I'm good. I'm good though. That and my
What
second one was good.
happened to me if you hadn't shown up?
Oh, I go over and check him out, make sure he's okay, make sure he doesn't have any other wounds on him. Just, sit him up,
he's
maybe give him a little bit of water.
Sure. He's a frail old man. In my day, I could have taken them all, I think. But
Right. I don't doubt it.
Sure.
Who are you?
not that day. I'm Herb. Everybody, nobody knows me. I don't like people.
Everybody, no.
Nope.
Nope.
How you doing, Pops? You doing okay?
Well, they said something about wanting to get to the place before her. What are they talking about? There's a her that's trying to get to the legendary sword.
You know about the legendary sword?
Well,
How can
I was there when it was made.
Ah,
Ooh.
interesting.
His eyes glimmer.
Herbert.
And some distant
Herbert.
memory of.
We can call you
glory
Herbert,
days.
right? So we can call you Herbert, right?
You just call me Herb. Herbert is what they called me when I was a teacher.
I would like to make an insight check to make sure he's not lying.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to be a wizarding type now, would you?
I am. Yeah, he's not lying.
Okay.
Oh boy, fellas.
What weirds me out the most is you're telling the truth.
That's the strange part.
That's
Why would I lie? I've lived out here by myself for the last 30 years, and I thought everyone had forgotten about me. And then these guys show up and say that they want me to take them to where the rest of the sword is, and they're babbling on about.
Well, but we want that too. Where's the
Good
sword?
news. Good news. One, they're dead, and 2, there's no her
And
anymore.
my floor is covered in blood. How
Wash that out.
disgusting! Are we not civilized people? Couldn't you have asked before?
Some of that is your blood.
we
They cut
saved
your
you.
throat.
some of that is my. Oh, thank you for healing me. I forgot about that.
You're welcome.
So here's the deal.
Sit down.
Sit down.
I think that's a
He
good
just
idea
sits
for
down
all
on the
of us.
ground.
Okay.
All this, you're about to hear the rest of the story now, too. This is going to get really good.
All right.
Okay. So, you know about Blaze. You helped make Blaze, and you know where it is. Is that correct?
Yes, Blaze. Yes.
Do you think we should show him?
I mean,
Yes. I do.
Should we catch all this up first?
Show me what?
how does
mean,
this blaze work? Is it like a scabbard?
Is that why you mentioned a blaze? I don't understand.
Ivy bears Ember, so it's up to her whether we show it or not.
I don't know. What's the consensus? You guys all want to show him? Why are we showing him? Just so he knows.
Because he's one of the guys that created it.
He is for real.
Because he's for real. He isn't lying to us. That's true. All right,
Yeah.
fine. All right, I'm going to pull it
What
out.
would I be lying about?
We've had some interesting encounters.
I need to clean my house. I can't believe there's blood all over the floor.
Fern will druid craft some falling leaves, just like gently.
Like inside his.
Yes.
his house. Okay.
Just an ambient thing.
Screensaver.
Yeah. You can tell also that while he's being completely truthful, he's got some gaps in his memory.
Sure.
And it's like short term is worse, because like he keeps losing what you're saying every now and then.
Yeah. Do you happen to know where the blade is?
The blade. Well,
Where
I haven't seen Blaze in years. The last time I saw it, it was that wretched girl had stolen it.
The tree one.
You know that one. Yeah.
Tree one. I don't know a tree.
The king's,
that
the
seems
king's
kind of
His sister.
Was it that? Yeah. Was it? But she was a dauber, right?
Yes, a dauber. Yeah, Kayan, and she was a student of mine, and she stole it.
But
She thought she could.
Betrothed to Majera?
Majero was studying under Sitaras, and but I don't know. All I know is she was extremely talented, and then she became obsessed, and
She's still obsessed.
Yeah.
She's a wood sprite now.
a wood sprite.
Yeah, she just tried to kill us.
I don't know what a wood sprite is, but what do you mean by that?
She has turned
What is-
herself
what
into a
is-
creature of
what's
the
sprite?
forest.
What?
She turned herself into a creature of the forest, one who resembles a tree-like being, except small and dauber-like at the same time.
Is she kind of when she's in the nature, do things die around her?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes.
Is it? Do you
That's-
know something about that?
Yeah.
The many years ago, my secret order was formed by the king to capture the Shamble Man because he was causing the forest to just fall into decay. He was creating these creatures that wherever they went, they would suck the life out of them, and then why are there leaves falling inside my house? There's no tree leaves inside. And he kind of what?
He just stops them.
Okay. He's trying to get his bearings. I need something to drink, and
Here's some water.
Okay. Is that hot?
No, it's just water.
No.
Uh,
I
Fern
need
will-
something better. He goes over to his stove and he is trying to get a pan to make tea or something.
All right, Herbert, we are in a bit of a time crunch here. So what we would love to know from you is where is the final piece of Blaze?
That piece.
What I mean,
Blaze is not a piece. Blaze is a sword.
Can somebody let's show it?
Yeah, I think we need to show him.
Okay.
Okay.
Ivy?
We
Okay.
do. Or...
I mean,
Yeah, you
in
just
the
need
end,
to
it's you, but I
confirm
think
since
so.
your
Alright.
character is holding it. Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna pull. I pull it out and show him.
Okay. His eyes get big. And you're like, what?
She
This
broke
is
it.
this is not right.
It's half
The
it.
handle is right. I can feel it's but it's not right. This blade on the end, it's ornate, but this is just there's a small enchantment on it, I think.
Careful with the gem. There's something about it being
Yeah.
her blood in the gem.
we were told that this woman took this dagger or this sword and made it into this. We don't know how or why. We just know that she did.
And she wants to destroy Dobberton.
That
She wants to destroy Dobberton.
Yeah, you know.
And-
She wanted to use this to do it.
and
She's going crazy.
yeah, she wants to release the
She was
Shambleman.
kind of obsessed with death. She was studying Silva Ignesium under me, and she was quite gifted. She was making all sorts of contraptions and whatnot. And then one day, she comes out and says, "I figured it out." And I guess she was studying necromancy too, some dark arts, and she took the sword, and she killed a squirrel with it, and then somehow directed the soul of the squirrel into a table. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. And then the table's like running around the room.
My God, she made a squirrel table.
And the squirrel was...
She is so sick.
That's just.
Did
deranged.
you destroyed you destroyed the table? Yes.
No, if we destroyed the
Is it
table and he
still
goes to his
alive?
table and he goes and gets his cup. It's like, my cups would fall. I need someplace to eat.
Could Fern go and like poke the table?
Okay, it's a regular table. No, this isn't the table. The one she had, it had a jewel. It was the
Like
energy
the one on
from
the
the sword, hit the jewel and embedded it in the table, and that seemed to be where it was holding its spirit or whatever. But I mean, that's not the kind of magic I understand. All I study is, simple things. We want to make our lives easier with clocks and gears and things.
Are those magic?
Clocks are magic.
Yes. The power that makes them go sometimes is. If you have one. Okay.
So what do you think of the sword or the dagger?
Well, the blade's missing.
Yeah,
We want to find it. That's why I said we want to know where the blade is.
we want to
And
make sure
perhaps-
she doesn't get a hold of it.
If you helped make it, maybe you have some sort of bond to it that could help us get
Or perhaps the rat said something about where they might be headed.
or that.
We do have
What?
one that's unconscious,
Trying to take me with them. They thought that they needed me for something. And they
right?
said that they were looking for the blade of Ember, which it didn't ring a bell at the time, but maybe that's what they call this. This is Ember, and the blaze was the sword. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, this is
A little
Ember.
weird. And my voice just changed to a different character. I don't know. So yeah, maybe they thought I knew something, but I don't know where the blade is. I never had it. Last I saw it, it was all together. Did you talk to Athkara?
I don't know who that is.
What? That's a what?
You don't know who Athkara is. What do they teach kids these days? And wait,
Not that.
speaking of kids, you don't look like me or him or her. You're furry like they.
He's a good kind of furry.
He's okay.
Hey, he
It keeps me warm.
kept me from dying. Would you like some tea?
Would you like a mushroom?
Yes, mushroom would be delightful.
Pop one off his back and hand it to him.
He takes it and he goes over to his table and he starts cutting it up.
I like this man.
Pot, and he pours some water out of a pitcher that's on the table. He puts the mushroom in it. He finds a little bowl of things, herbs, and he sprinkles it in. And he's just going to town. He's like not even aware you're there anymore.
Hey, over here.
I like this man.
Oh, I have visitors. What can I...
Athkara.
Yes.
Athkara?
Athkara, yes. My colleague, Athkara. What about him?
We
Is
want
he
to
well?
visit. Where are they?
Well,
Or him?
oh,
Or her? Where's
Hey.
Athkara?
Athkara, he's... and you can tell he's having like a sad memory. After the war, I think he went to the north. I don't know where he lives. But he, like me, sought solitude and chose to retire rather than join Sitaris and Gudan.
Sitaris and Gudan?
I think
Yes.
those are the other ones.
The other ones, the four, you know about the order?
Well, yes, we know the what was his name again?
Sitaris.
No,
Soteris.
the rat man.
Oh, Majera.
Oh, Majera.
Yes. He told us.
Majera. He was just confused. He wanted to do the right thing, but when the king decided that magic was dangerous, he joined with Sitaris and they, did the whole revolution thing, which didn't work out good for anyone because then we all had to go live under a stump,
Right.
which I'm hoping Fern is offended by, but
Revolution thing?
yeah, the Civil War.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Right?
You
That's
do.
happened.
Yeah, that
in the
happened.
past. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
yet,
that
right?
already happened.
So
Okay.
we have to find either this blade or one of these people. Do you know these woods very well? I don't know these woods very well.
Well, I know this area well enough. I just try to keep to myself and stay out of the way. I go to the Oak Den at times, and
Me too.
yeah. And I've seen you there. I remember you now. You're that one that Beatrice likes. It's the one giving her extra food and things.
I grow mushrooms.
Yeah, she cooks mushrooms at time.
If these rats were going to take you somewhere that was that way, and he'll kind of point, I guess, to the east, like farther to the
West.
east, he says, what would
West.
be over there?
Well, if we go far enough that way, we'll get to the West Watch, and then we'll, beyond that is the
Is there
Brewery
anything
Mountain.
interesting before that? Like a cave or a tunnel or a building?
Not that I know.
And then Fern will kind of turn to the group and kind of kick the unconscious rat. He says, I think we may have to ask him some questions.
Do I gotta do this again?
No! Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's like, I don't go west if I can avoid it. I don't know why they would want to take me there. I mean, that's, I guess, towards their territory. Okay, so you wake up the other rat?
Yeah, before we wake him up, we should tie him up.
Yeah, I mean, Fern has rope. He'll just wrap the guy up.
All right, done and done. He's awake.
I guess we'll turn to Tennant and say,
Yes?
hey, he won't talk to me. Will you talk to me?
Right. Hey, how you doing?
You're good friends. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
I'll look him in the eye.
Right. I was looking through the DMG and it does say most frustrating spell next to friends.
It is pretty frustrating.
Please continue.
It's awesome.
Hey, how you doing? I friends, of course. That's what this will always mean is friends.
Yes.
Just put a little makeup on the side of my cheek.
They're getting better, I think.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy. Little rat buddy. How you doing?
What?
Why were you here?
We're here to get him, of course.
For what?
Our leader thought that he would lead us to the blade that goes with Ember. He wanted to get it before that stupid wood sprite and show her who's boss.
Okay, let's unpack this from top to bottom. Who's your leader?
My leader is Zayak.
Zayak?
Mm-hmm. Fern, you would recognize that as being the leader of the Rat Claw clan.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
Okay, why does he care about the blade?
Well, because we want to be free of the stupid wood sprite's control.
The wood sprite controls you?
Well, no one controls the rats. We control ourselves.
But you just said that not that.
It's kind of confusing.
She's manipulating some of us, and we have to do what she says, or
Okay.
Well,
that sucks. I'm sorry.
it does. Right. So if we get the blade before her, then we can use it against her.
Really? You
That's
think?
what he said.
Okay. And you think this guy can take you there?
We were hoping.
Just ballpark me. How many of you are there?
There are thousands of us.
Oh, good. And your main leader wants to find this and get... Okay. So, why him? He doesn't seem to know crap, other than he helped make it. You don't know, right? You're just a peon. So
yeah, we don't know, but Sagard told us where to find him.
Yeah,
and we're going to take him back to Zayak. So
Where's Zayak?
you should roll a memory roll. What would memory be? I guess
Probably an
history.
intelligence check.
yeah.
Or
Intelligence?
history, if you want.
Yeah, Dolby.
Oh, I am. Okay, history
Yeah.
check. 17.
Nice. Sagard is the commander of the West Watch.
One more time.
Sagard is the commander of the West Watch.
Wait, so tell me more about
Who
Sagard.
told- He's the one the rat just said. Sagard told us where to find Herb so that we could take him back to Zayak.
Wait, Aldous, did you just hear that?
Yeah. I
You
forgot
just
how
heard
this is there. Yeah.
You
So
heard-
his
you
eyes
heard
are
him
big.
say
He's
Sagard,
like,
right?
oh, dang. Okay.
All
What does
right,
that
so you
mean?
guys,
What does that mean?
Sagard
We need
is
to
the
go to
commander of the West
Watch
Watch.
now.
Because what's a Sagard?
he's the
Sagard-
commander.
He's the commander at the West Watch. So apparently that's why we're getting the raids all the time. He's just letting them in.
He's
That's
the-
why he took half my troops from Oak Den.
And me.
He's setting us up.
But what? So where's the blade then? If he doesn't know where it is, we should find it.
Yeah.
Well,
Otherwise, the rats are just going to keep coming.
Aldous, I know I'm not your favorite person in the world. And to be quite frank with you, I always wanted to be a soldier my entire life. And I found out recently that soldiers are good at listening and taking orders. Obviously, I'm not real good at that.
Factual. Can attest.
But I also figured out that heroes are made of actions. And I think that needs to be what happens here. We'll handle looking after the weapon. If you want to go back to the watch and let them know about Sagard. You can trust me, Aldous.
he gives you a sincere nod. And as he does, it's kind of almost, you get this little bit of a slow motion thing, and his brow furrows, and you just see this anger kind of welling up in him. But the nod to you is still sincere, but just as he finishes the nod, he turns and just uppercuts the rat in the gut as hard as he can, and then storms off.
Oh, got him!
Nice. Not at
So
all
the rat-
terrified.
The rat doubles over and spits out some blood.
Okay, Rat. What's your name again?
I have a name. Where'd my rat names go? Sorry.
I have a name.
Kai.
Okay, Kai. Now, we are faced with a conundrum. I don't feel like you have anything else useful to tell us, although you've told us quite a lot. What do we do with you?
Mercy is for the weak.
Really? What would you... Okay, I got to ask you. If I was in your position, surrounded by a bunch of rats asking me questions, and I was done with them, what would you do to me?
They would eat you.
Eat you.
Yeah.
I would.
This is how we prove we're better people. And
I would drain the blood from you. I would
Fern will
drive
just
a
smack him on the
spear
top of the
through
head
you.
with his staff.
Yeah, I don't want to eat him.
All right.
Yeah.
Horribly,
Stop.
horribly uncivilized. No, not worth listening to.
Yeah, no, gross. Also, but this is how we prove we're better people than you. And I cut his bonds, and I say, leave.
He squints, and then slowly takes a couple steps back, and sees that you don't do anything, and he just turns and sprints into the forest.
Bye-bye.
You see leaves and stuff, branches kind of flopping back behind him as movement is gone and he's out of sight.
I didn't get yelled at.
That was dramatic, Verb says.
So we need to find that blade.
Yes.
I think that's all we need to do.
I don't know where it is, but maybe if we try to find the others, one of them would know.
Where would we look if we were to find one of them?
Like I said, I think Othkar went to the north. He seemed to like pine trees better than, oak trees and maples and things.
Like north, or like all the way north?
Like that, yeah. We were from Dobberton Central, and north of there.
Okay.
I might be able to talk to Denna. She's a friend of mine who's downtown in Dobberton. She might know more. She was one of the headmasters at the school, or one of the professors at the school.
Well then, shall we travel to Dobberton?
Oh.
Well, who will look after my home?
That is a good question.
Do we know
I
anyone
can't leave my home. It might. Someone might come in and stay there and go through my things.
You can always lock your door.
I don't think it locks.
I can lock it.
Oh. Is it a spell? Shh, we're not supposed to use magic anymore. And he's like, I don't know if he's getting tired or what, but he's like not really with this conversation.
Yeah. Fern will just kind of move his fingers and make like leaves fall around him. He says, "Not magic, nature."
So pretty.
Have you guys been here long? Isn't this a beautiful forest glade?
It's so pretty.
I think I've seen this movie.
I want to hug. I just want to hug him.
He's literally Broderick Quink. He's literally it's my favorite wizard character.
It's like, was it 100 first dates?
Yeah, that's a good, exactly.
Right. All right.
Like every morning we got to reintroduce ourselves. This is going to get annoying real quick.
After a while, you've gotten all these things you've encountered, and it's probably midday. You still haven't slept, and I don't know what else you guys are interested in doing. Next.
Sleeping and then going to Dobberton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think Herbert will let us crash at the abode for a few hours to get some sleep before we head back in?
Are you asking him or each other, or just talking?
Him.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to sleep now? It's kind of not sleeping time.
We haven't slept in 2 days. And we also fought a lot of things today.
Super tuckered out.
Yep.
You don't have to sleep.
That other rather gruff dauber guy punched the guy? Were you here for that? That was dramatic.
No, I wasn't. Tell me the story.
How about this? You don't have to sleep. We will sleep.
Okay, I am going to clean. This house is just got leaves all over the floor now. And then he like kicks one out of the way. He's like, ew, what is under these leaves? Like
We don't know. We just got
He'll
there.
just sweep them off and make them disappear.
Dobby's gonna curl up on the floor somewhere.
Alrighty.
Sleeping bag,
So
floor, sleep.
I believe that is a good stopping point for this adventure, for today's adventure.
I like the sound of it.
Yeah, so
I like Herbert. Herbert's
Yes.
awesome.
Hold on,
Good.
let me put on some music here.
awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to our gracious host and creator of the Exploding Dice,
Oh, jeez.
Askren.
Hold on, let me find some music here. Yeah, I think that'll probably, if that's gonna be where we're ending it, well then, fantastic. That was, of course, there was a lot of stuff happening in that session. Thank you guys for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We have a couple things to talk about, some stuff to go over, and of course, then we're gonna pass the love on to someone else. But before we wrap things up, of course, let's go around the table and talk to our players. Get some thoughts and impressions on some of the twists, some of the turns, and what's going on in this story. And then, of course, they can tell us where we can find more of them. Let's shake things up right now. Let's swing all the way to the end of the table, and let's talk to Throck. See what he's thinking about.
I'm loving the twists that are happening every session now. Last week it was these two knew each other, and then we got captured, and then it's twists and turns all over the place, and I'm really enjoying that. And I didn't die, which is pretty great. But otherwise, I just had a great time tonight. There's a lot more role playing, which is cool. I love what's happening with our characters. I'm having fun with the game.
Fun, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about yourself and where people can find more of you on the internet.
Oh yeah, I am at Throck Plays on Twitter and Throck Plays Poorly on Twitch, where I stream D&D on Friday nights at 8:30 Eastern.
Very good.
Let me get that going. And of course, next to him is Mr. Judo Killer.
Wow, awesome today, Daryl. I'm super digging the unraveling of the plot threads as things are starting to make sense. Today felt like the to me the most substantial bit of information was given to us today about like why everything is starting to tie in together. And I also enjoyed Aldous not screaming at me.
Right.
That was the first time I was hoping that we were not going to run into him coming back into O-Town, and I was like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to have this confrontation with him yet. And then Tennant steps up with a friendship, and I was like, whew, took that stress right off. I was super excited about it. And then I got the conversation I wanted at the time that I wanted with Aldous, and didn't really give him much of an option, which was empowering for Dole because he's felt like he's been under Aldous' boot for over a year now. So I felt like he finally climbed out and at least got some recognition other than nice job mopping.
Right. And it's really cool from my perspective because I was feeling that too. And to be completely truthful, I forgot you told me about that conflict within you. So I was just thinking about Aldous as a character, and he was ready to say, you know, I'm going to release you from your duties as a thing, so you can pursue this other stuff because I've got to go try to rescue the kingdom. So
yeah,
that was brilliant. It was really cool.
Yeah, I felt real good about that little bit right there. I got it done. I was like, okay, that was something I knew my character was going to have to do at some point in time, or something to at least confront all this. So it was really cool that we got the opportunity to do it today, and
right,
a little bit different than I expected, but
soften it up beforehand was good.
Yeah. That definitely helped.
Yep. And then you kill the
barbarian rat. So awesome though. I had so much fun today, and I'm like I said, I'm really digging how the storyline's really starting to develop. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am at Judo Killer here on Twitch, where I stream video games on the weekends occasionally, and you can also find me here Wednesday nights on Exploding Dice, playing D&D with these fine peoples. And I'm also at the Chris Herzog on all social medias. I am a jiu-jitsu and MMA coach by trade. I do post a lot of technique videos and stuff, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, check it out.
Sweet. And of course, next to him we have Jess.
Yes, I'm Jess. I play Ivy, and I'm still alive, so that's good. Yeah, there was a lot of blood. There was a lot of gore.
It was a little gory tonight.
There's a little gory tonight. We covered it up with some leaves, though. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine. No, it's going really well. It's super interesting to see where this is going. I think we're never exactly sure where it's going, but we figure it out along the way. I am boardgame_girl on all social media, boardgame_girl1 on Twitter, because I like board games and I like to fangirl about everybody who creates board games, and there's a lot of squealing, if you follow me, so it's fun.
Woohoo!
Well, fantastic, guys, and guys, make sure you check out all of these awesome people on the cast, show them some love, and of course thank them for being here, and check out all the content they put out. All awesome people, topped off by the man hanging out above me. Sorry, I'm scratching my foot because it really itches. By the man hanging out above me, Mr. Daryl.
You are a rat.
What did you think of today, Daryl?
I thought it went really well. You guys did a few things that greased the wheels a bit of the story that made you guys get further into the plot than I really expected. I kind of predicted you'd end up finding out about the rat kidnap party, not actually getting to them, but you just did everything right. You know, you snuck past them, you got through all this is what was going to be kind of a roadblock. And all that stuff just went really smooth for you. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, you outsmarted me basically. So that's good. But I hang on just barely by a thread. But it was fun. It was super fun. I'm really enjoying seeing you guys experience this world. And like you said, the plot is starting to unravel a little bit, and it's coming together. So that's exciting. I am Daryl Jones. I am Splattered Inc. on all the social media. And I created the Dobbers a bunch of years ago as a small comic book, thinking that would be fun. Then years later, I picked it back up, and I've decided I want to invest in it again. So I've created a board game. It's going to be published in the spring on Kickstarter. It's kind of a deck building, obstacle building board game. And then there is, of course, D&D. So I'm working on this module and definitely considering writing it down and publishing it. It'll be a lot of fun. I think people are digging kind of the whimsy, but it's still got enough to be serious and enjoyable in that way. So that's me. But check me out on Twitch too, so that you can find. I mostly am going to stream creative stuff. And if I can find another group, I'll probably do another D&D. But right now, I'm going to focus on this one and draw some stuff on Twitch.
Also, I feel like it should be pointed out that all of the awesome art, the monsters, the characters that you guys have been seeing on screen throughout the map and all that stuff, all the product of Daryl's pen, and so just a high quality DM, if nothing else, for the fact that he puts so much work into the world and all the representation of it and kind of all that cool stuff that I couldn't even fathom doing. Like I can't even write my own sessions. He draws like at least he every week there's more character portraits and stuff in the handouts thing. So I'm like, I don't even know, man. So definitely go check him out as a streamer. Awesome artist, and we love having him here and looking forward to supporting him in the future. You know me, of course. My name is Askren. I am the host and dungeon master here. Thank you all for joining us. If you guys enjoyed the show, first of all, I want to give a quick shout out to Make It Wayne, which is one of my new favorite names. Sacra Gaming, Rohor, Crazy Kappa Cakes, Loxy, Hiromon, OMG, WTF, BBQ, ETC, Grant the Plant, and
Those are awesome.
and Dances with Kobolds.
Make it win.
Dances with
Make
Cobalt.
it wait.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Dances with Kobolds. Thank you guys for following us. Thank you for joining us tonight, and welcome to the madness. Thank you, the Digital DM, for that host before, and of course everyone for joining in. If you guys really enjoy the show, make sure you hit that follow button, or if you really want to support the show, the subscribe button or the Patreon are great ways to help create more content here. Of course, you've got the Discord link in chat. You can jump into the Bomb Squad Discord where we all hang out between all of our episodes and stuff, and it's a great place to keep up with Exploding Dice news and just hang out with some really, really great people. Speaking of what else you can find if you hit that follow button and you check us out, of course today, Wednesdays, we have the Dobbers, and it's a ton of fun. Tomorrow, you guys want to definitely tune in for episode 2 of the Razor Coast, our all-female pirate campaign. The first episode was goddamn hilarious.
It's so good.
It's really, really good.
So good.
It is also basically Innuendo, the show.
yeah.
So if you like,
100% lewd.
yeah, if you like that,
Fantastic.
it is a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to more of it. We were actually doing some prep last night on stream, so a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that. That's 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, Thursday. And then, of course, Friday, I'm going to put it back on screen. Friday, we are kicking off once again our first episode of Dicember, kicking off our charity event for the entirety of December. We're going to be raising money for St. Jude's. I'm going to be DMing on Fridays, and then Grant Ellis is going to be running community games pretty much every morning and in the afternoons for, to raise money for St. Jude. You guys can donate, you can help out our crazy cool players, and you can win prizes, and it's gonna be awesome. Look on Twitter for more information about that. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else other than how hype we're gonna make this Friday for the big charity thing. We've been putting a ton of work into it, and I sincerely couldn't have done it without the help of my community and all the amazing people on the back end, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that with us. I think that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for hanging out. But we are going to do the one thing we always do, which is pass the love on to someone else. And there's someone that looks like, I haven't checked their channel yet, but it looks like they've got a really cool overlay and they're playing some D&D and they could use some love. So I think we're going to go pass some love on to them right about now. Let's go support some people. We're going to go pass the love on to 20-sided.
He's going to...
Whoa. Sorry, the audio came up. We're gonna go pass the love on to 20-sided Saga, so I'm gonna drop the !! raid command in chat. There you go. You guys can drop that in their chat if you want to pass the love on. Make sure you do it. And we're gonna give him a host. That's gonna be it for us, guys. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Take care. But remember, as always, don't let Dicethulu get his tentacles on you, because he might... I don't know. What might he do, guys? I'm blanking.
Become a naked pirate.
Sure, why not? He might make you into a naked pirate. We'll see you next
Cover
time,
your
guys.
blood with leaves?
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.